What's up, everybody?
Hey, what's up?
Let's make sure we're. Hold on, JP. Make sure everybody can see us. Hold on here. All right. What's up, everybody? How we doing? This is FD and JP from Rolling with FD.
What's going down?
We're 35 seconds in. We don't have anybody in the room yet.
Oh, that's
But
okay.
no, it's all good. We
Yeah.
keep moving here, man. All right. So I think we should just go ahead and bring Chris in.
Come on.
All right. So now we have Chris from the Card Stock Trading Show. He's going to join us to talk about the show itself that's coming up, give us all the details, and then we're going to jump into some sports talk and some collectibles overall talk. So let me bring Chris in there. Hold on here.
There he is.
What's up, Chris?
I am. How are you guys? Good
What's
to
up?
have you. Or thank you for letting me be on your wonderful show. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
No
for
problem.
sure. So go ahead and kick it off, Chris. Tell us
Okay.
all about the show that's coming up. Where's it going to be held at? What dates and everything involved with it?
Absolutely. So maybe some of you have been to the show before, maybe you haven't, but we just moved from the Marriott Hotel. We outgrew that location. And first of all, the name of my show is Card Stock Trading Show. If you haven't heard about it, you
Yes,
can
sir.
follow us on. You can follow us at Card Stock Trading Show on Instagram. However, as I was saying, we moved from a hotel and we just moved to a 13,000 square foot industrial building, about a 10-15 minute drive from where we're at prior. The new show, which is the grand opening kickoff show, is Saturday and Sunday, January 29th and 30th. And the show runs from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. on Saturday, and from 3 to 5 for the directly after for the trade night or trade midday night, however you want to call it. And then on Sunday, we've got the normal show hours from 9 to 4 as well. A little bit more tidbits. We've got right now, it looks like right around 275, 200, almost 300 vendors on the Saturday show, and we've got well over 200 vendors on the Sunday show. So we'll end up selling out. Our capacity is right around 325, 350. So we should get to there. Other little tidbit is we have Rikishi from the WWF Hall of Famer. He'll be at the show Saturday and Sunday doing autographs. We're going to have a whole write-up and marketing on him on Instagram and our flyers and so on and so forth. But you guys have been to the show before. You guys know we're a very diversified show. We're not top heavy in anything. In fact, this show, we are actually bringing on sneakers and apparel and things like that.
Nice.
We've noticed that the industry kind of goes hand in hand, right, with sports cards and all the different types of trading cards and memorabilia and things like that. And so people ask for it, and we want to give it to them. So It's $3 admission, and come bring the whole family. Last thing I'll say on it is we've got some foodies over there, some food people that are going to be set up. We got a taco person, we got a breakfast person, we got popcorn, snow cones, all kinds of stuff. And we're going to have live interactive games, live breaking with prize giveaways, raffles, all kinds of stuff. We're going to make it a whole event. So that's what we got.
This sounds very exciting. Very exciting. All right,
Yep.
so I can't wait on it.
It's going to be a good one. It's definitely going to be a good one.
Sounds like a family event.
Yeah, one of the other things I'll highlight, I kind of just put it on Instagram. We're doing a little something for the kids, not necessarily at the show, but with the industry the way that it is, it's pretty expensive for kids to get into this industry, right? Right now, packs aren't like they used to be $1, $2, $3, whatever. So we're doing something that's called Cards for Kids, and I don't know if you saw the video, FD, but basically what it is a lot of people have cards just sitting around their house in boxes or whatever, right? And they don't really have any use for them. They're just sitting there collecting dust. Why not give back to the kids? A lot of these kids don't really care if it's a Steph Curry, PSA 10, Pop 1, autograph rookie patch, like one of the men has here. But my point is kids enjoy this and to put a smile on their face. So what we're going to be doing here is you can actually bring to the show boxes of cards, some cards, whatever you have, give to us. We're going to collect those, and we're going to reach out to the children's hospitals, some local schools, things like that, and we're going to deliver it to them like twice a year. We're probably going to do it halfway through the year and then at the end of the year for the holidays. And I think it'll bring like a really good vibe to the card industry in general, but I also think that it just shows that we in the card industry care, and kids are just as important as anybody else. And why not give back a little something, right? So,
Yes.
like I said, these kids don't care. Maybe in these cards or these boxes or whatever that we get, there's their favorite players, and maybe it's Kyrie Irving, maybe it's AJ Brown, maybe it's whoever it may be, right? So it's a good welcoming give back to the kids for the year, and I'm proud to kind of blast that forward, and I hope everybody jumps on the train and kind of joins it.
I think it's going to be real nice. Now, I know you have put on Instagram about the consignment piece. Can you walk people through that?
Yes. So right now, we have 10. We're doing it kind of on a smaller scale because we've got the card show going and everything going. But basically, what it entails is you would send me pictures of whatever cards that you would want to list with us. So when I say list, we will actually show those pictures via Instagram, but also if they haven't sold from there, you have the option of also having the cards. You mail it to us, obviously, or if you're local, you can bring it to us, and we'll actually put it in a showcase at the show, and we're going to have somebody selling it there for you on your behalf. So it just gives you more exposure. Some people will say, well, why should I do that instead of doing it on eBay or Mercari or one of these other websites? Well, the simple reason of you save the money on the tax. You don't have to worry about the shipping charges and things like that, or in terms of if they're local, right? If they have to be shipped, it's a lot easier transaction to be able to ship from us to somebody else. We have tracking, we have all that kind of stuff if you want insurance. And it's just a low cost. It's 2%. We're only charging 2%, whereas eBay's charging 10, 15, 20%. So we're not in this to make a whole lot of money. We're actually in it to expose the cards in general. But so far it's so good. We took in 10 people at a time.
Okay.
We just listed last week the first set of cards. All of those cards sold out except for one. And the reason the one didn't sell is it's the higher money one, and that gentleman wants to put it in the showcase for the show, which is great. We're going to show another set of 10 coming up this week, and we'll feature those cards. I got 30, 40 DMs within a matter of 5 minutes on majority of the cards. So it does work. It's proven, right? And people are looking for other outlets to move their items. And I think this is just sort of the start of something that's integrating in with our type of show. So that's all.
Very nice. It's very good. Very good.
Nice.
I can't wait to see the new location. What it actually, how it feels when you walk the show, and I think it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, we took our time when we found out that the hotel, we've outgrown the hotel, and if you guys have been there, but going up and down on the elevator and waiting for it, and the parking was horrendous. I took it upon myself to skip December to really lock down a location that would be not too far from where we're at, because people like the proximity of the area there, but also something on a flat ground, right? But just a big empty canvas, as they call it, right? Mm-hmm. And this place is that. I mean, there's a short video on there. I'm going to do it a little bit closer to the show date, but I really want people to be like awed, like ooh and ahhing about it. Some people consider it to the mini Frankenstein, right? We're not trying to be that, but just the way the style of it is, the stylistic part of it. But you guys will see it's nice. Right now, I can tell you this company, what they do is they're one of the largest grip filming companies in California. So they use this location for commercials, movies. Right now, actually, they're filming America's Top Model in there right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you guys will get a glimpse potentially. They're on the side. You'll see when we get there at the show. But there may be some things going on there as well. More than likely, probably not, because they don't do too much work on the weekend. But it's just the way that I looked at it is I wanted to get a larger size area, obviously, but I wanted to make sure that it has that whole card show feeling. You know what I mean? We could have rented a hall out. We could have gone outside. I want to make something like this our home almost in some ways, right? So yeah, we're really excited. We're really excited to show you guys that. I think once everything is up and set up and people put their banners and their stuff out there, it's going to be a really exciting, beautiful show is the best way to put it. Sorry, I keep getting these eBay.
Oh, you're good.
eBay listening.
So, I think this is going to be great. It's going to be great to see.
Great for the community. It's great for the area. It's great for the industry. That's what it's about.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And you know what? Like I always say, we don't grow unless you help us grow. And that's the truth.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I always look, it's one big community. So that's why, you're our first guest on What's to Play.
Number one.
Yeah, JP. Yeah, JP and I were talking about this. You are our very first guest on this show.
Then I'll always be remembered that way, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Do I get something? Do I get a trophy or anything, or what? What do I get?
I wish I could. I wish I could.
Yeah.
A medallion around my neck. So I can have a medallion.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. You may be walking around with, hey, I'm on What's to Play. You never know. But it's good to have you here. It's all about the community, supporting each other, and you're doing the show. We want you on the live. We want you to be able to tell the community throughout more than just California about what's going on here and what you're trying to do, because it means a lot to everyone. Just like, people go to the National. That's one show. I tell people that's one show, but there are many shows, and what we're talking about right now is a great one.
I think the card. Go ahead. Can I say one last thing? I'm sorry. I think the card show community and the card show in itself, it was really popular back in the 90s and 2000s, and then the whole industry just crashed and died, right? Yeah. We know what's going on with Fanatics and Topps and Panini and all that kind of stuff going on, and I just think that with not just the community, but the vendors, people that purchase for their own collection or investments or whatever, I just think that it's the right time for all of this to really go down. And I'm just really happy that we all started this in California. You know what I mean? And I, like you said, I'm really looking forward to this. And I think that it's a good start of something great, Oh,
it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to start rolling through some of these comments. JP, I know we got April in the house.
Hey,
she wanted to say what's up.
Yeah. I just want to say welcome to everybody to the live.
Yeah, and I appreciate the 14 that are on here right now. We got a great game that I'm watching on the side here. There's a great game going on between Georgia and Alabama.
What's the score?
12-13, I think, right now.
Oh, wow.
It's extremely close right now.
Wow.
So as this game happens, we're going to be going back and forth and letting you all know what's going on. I know you're probably watching it as well. Please don't think if you're in here, you're going to miss what's happening on this game. But
Bill Belichick is probably calling Saban right now, telling him, like, you got to do this, you got to do that, right? He's got him on speed dial.
And then tomorrow, he's going to be calling him and say, who should I draft?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, tell me about this guy.
Him or Rutgers, right?
That's right. Does he have a motor? Is he a self-starter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be the conversation tomorrow morning. Colorado Sports Dudes in the house. We got Sydney. Just sat down. Thank you, Sydney, for being here. Saying what's up. John Patterson is here. I saw this comment from John Patterson said the card shows are shut down most areas in Canada due to COVID. You guys are blessed down there. It's still going on down here. Chris is talking about a great show that's coming up that he's ambassadoring down here. So we're all looking to get out and be a part of the community and really see what's going on. Dex Flow, what's up?
Dex Flow.
I'm not kissing him on the cheek because he's not my number one guy. Okay. I know JP. JP is your number one guy. I know that. All right. We got Surfer. What's up, Surfer?
Hey, what's up, Surfer?
Just to comment on that, FD, just so people know, because I know that is a question that has popped up because of the spike in COVID recently. Yeah, we're CDC compliant. So we are making sure everybody's wearing their mask. There's hand sanitizer all around. We've actually got several people working the show, sanitizing stations, sanitizing stuff. And then we've got plenty of open air outside for people to walk around as well. So we're following that to a T. And you know, I'm just thankful that we're able to do that, because a year and a half ago, we weren't doing any of this. You know, we were all laying in the house. So just wanted to touch base on that, because that is very important that I want people to know about, you know?
Yeah, that's amazing. That is amazing. Yes, indeed.
And Dexo, you said that you bought a PSA 10 Topps Gold Shaquille O'Neal.
Love it. Yeah, love it.
It's a nice card.
Love it.
Very nice.
Mr. O'Neal.
All right, we're rolling in Ohio.
Okay.
So Christopher has a question that we can talk about when it pertains to cards. 2 questions for the group. Are on-card autos worth more versus sticker? Also, is it fair to charge more on a card if it's numbered and its player's number matches the number on the card? Now, from what I've seen, everybody else, Chris and JP can jump in as well, but I've seen that on-card autos typically are worth more than sticker, but I've also seen very valuable sticker autos on cards as well. And then the question about the number. Yeah, it seems like the market has shown that if you have the number of the player's jersey on the card is worth more.
Yes. You're all spot on with that. Yes, it is.
Yep. I mean,
but I tell people all the time, don't sleep on sticker autos. They're still very good cards.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, if there's a card number to 25, even if you have the jersey number of that player, let's say that's amazing. But if you still have one of the 25, it's still amazing.
That's right.
Yeah.
So of course there's going to be a premium for that. But I agree 100%. I mean, if you buy what you like, right? That's what a lot of people say. Buy what you like. To me, that's
the number one rule.
Yeah, number one rule. Yes.
Buy what you like. So, I mean, if you don't have the money, then that's a different story. But buy what you like.
Yeah, but you know, you can always work up to that, you know.
Yep.
Make sure you handle what you got to handle at home and
at the card show.
Yeah.
Speak on that.
You go.
Speak on that.
Yeah.
And like we're talking about at the card show that Chris is going to have, the card stock trading show, you're going to be able to go in there and see some price bins, some cards that may be graded or raw that are a lower dollar amount. You may even get into those bins and find some gems if you're searching. There are also going to be some graded cards that are going to be laid out on tables that usually are a higher price or a higher grade of card or rarity of card that's going to have the price go up. And then you're going to have some stuff that you're going to see probably behind some glass in the case that may be another level of card that goes up. But when you walk into these shows, and we try to make sure that we show it on Rolling with FD, there are cards there for every consumer in the hobby. There's something there for you. So please don't think that, I go to these shows, there's nothing there for me. I've been in shows and picked up cards for $2.50 all the way up to another level of a card if it's something that I like and I put some research in on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, the other thing too is it comes to mind, I don't know why this dude comes to mind, but you know, buying at the right time is also important too, right? So everybody was kind of, I mean, Curry is a great example, but I'll use somebody like DeMar DeRozan, right? DeMar DeRozan's cards were like dead in the water, I'd say, the last couple of years, right?
Yeah.
But because of what he's done on the Bulls and how the Bulls have played, his cards are really shot up. So I always encourage people, buy who you like you said, the number one rule, right? Buy who you like. If you like Michael Porter Jr., even though he's hurt, or you like Trae Young and his stuff is down right now, it's a good time to get some of that stuff, right? Because these guys, even though they haven't fully proven themselves, they could potentially be that next star. And if you can get them, the market has shifted so much, right? It can go sky high and then drop like a ball. Just stick to what you like. You know, if you're following the trends all the time, it's going to be very difficult for you to enjoy what you like. I know a lot of guys that are sitting on Luka cards and they're crying, and I'm like, why? Do you realize what this guy is going to be? You know what I mean? Just because of what's going on this year with him per se, don't worry about that. You know, don't worry about it. Just if you're in it for the long haul, don't worry. And that's the other thing, in it for the long haul, right?
Yes.
We talk about that all the time, FD, right? People jumping in and out, the long haul. So
every market, if you look at it, it could be stocks, it could be anything. There's an uptick time and there's a downtick cycle. And seeing those cycles and predicting what the next phase of that cycle will be, it's the mastery and everything. But history shows you kind of the trend and reasons why in the marketplace, why things may be up and down. But just like you talked about, DeRozan now with his play with the Bulls, we all understand why his cards are going up. Like JP and I talked about last week, there were some times in the past where you may look around and wonder where is DeRozan before he joined the Bulls. Like this guy had completely disappeared. Kind of. I was reading an article the other day about his instability in his play, and there could be many factors that are going on with that. Just so everybody knows right now.
Yeah, what happened? I heard some yelling.
Georgia's going for 2. Let's see if they get it. Nope, didn't get it. So it's 19-18 in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes and 9 seconds left.
Sweet Lord.
19 Georgia, 18 Alabama.
Somebody's losing some money on this game. I'll tell you that.
Yes, I thought before the game started that Alabama will win this game. I still believe that. It is. I will admit it's closer than I thought it was going to be, but I still think Alabama's going to win this game.
Yeah, Alabama will win this game.
I agree.
Yeah, Colorado Sports Dude said would love to visit Cali and go to shows someday for sure. There's a show here in Colorado Springs. I've gone for years. The location changed to a bigger venue this month. Will be fun.
Yeah,
nice.
Cool. Very cool.
I mean, I think you guys, both of you all, hit on some key points. You have to buy what you love. You can't just follow the trend or follow what's going on. If you love a card, it could be John Stockton, Karl Malone, whoever. If you love that card or you love that player, purchase it. We can't worry about what everybody else is doing. You know, we all got different tastes. So we have to go with what we love in the game at the time.
I agree.
You don't know how many times at the show, because I've set up there as well in the past, but it's just too much. I can't do it anymore. I like, FT knows I like interacting with people at the show, both the vendors and the people. But you don't know how many times people have come up to my table and they'll hand me a box of cards, right? And they'll say, "Hey, do you want to trade or buy this stuff?" And I'm looking at this stuff and I'm going, 2 months ago, this was the hottest card going. And now all of a sudden you want to dump it for nothing. And half of the time, no joke, half the time, they don't even know what they have.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm like, "Oh, you got this card." And they're like, yeah. And they're looking at me like, "What is that?" They don't even know what they have. So you're going to regret buying something that you, like you said, we'll go back to the beginning. You're going to regret buying something you have no idea about, or you don't do your research, or the market trends up and down or whatever, versus staring at that John Stockton, Karl Malone dual autograph that you paid $5,000 for and smiling every single time you look at that thing, regardless that if you knowing it's going to go up or down, you know, you're going to enjoy that more. And I think people sometimes take the hobby a little too serious in some regards. You know what I mean? It's important to be serious about it, but don't let it consume you. You know what I mean? So have fun with it. That's the main thing. Have fun with it. Enjoy yourself collecting. And I mean, that's all I got to say.
That's what it's all about. James Lee, I really appreciate you. Thank you very much, James. We got Sydney telling stories. Yep. Mark.
I gotta plug this in here.
Mark trying to call out Sydney. I like that. Lee Haskins, hello, what's
Hey,
up?
what's up, Mr. Lee?
Lee says he's in Virginia. All Virginia shows are still on schedule. The big Chantilly show is an April still scheduled. I would love to go to that show one day.
Oh yeah,
that'd be a great trip. One day. One day,
we
Lee.
will.
One day, I'm gonna reach
Road
out.
trip.
That's right, road trip.
Yeah.
Road trip.
Always get here to give about the measures taken to keep the hobby community safe and yes, very much so. Let's see here. Then we're gonna jump into a topic. On card command much of the premium as the player handled. True. I think the thing to realize though, these are general statements. I just want to emphasize that. These are general statements. On card, yes, but there are certain years of certain players that it was very hard to get an on card auto, and there may be more stickers produced. Just know what happened in that year. What were companies producing? Who are the players involved? And then make your decision from there. And then there are other years where you got a multitude of on-card autos that you can pick from. Also, if you're looking at a raw card, be able to look at the auto and understand, is that probably going to grade a 9 or a 10? There's certain things you can see. So there are levels to everything. I don't want anybody to be on here and see one statement and be like, that's what I'm doing. But just realize that. I'm looking at mine. Go ahead, JP.
No, I would tell anybody to do anything, whether you're collecting, selling, or whatever, you have to do your own research. You have to conduct your own research. You can't just listen to what other people are telling you. You have to know these things for yourself. And only how you're going to understand and learn about cards or the market or whatever's going on is you have to conduct your own research. Spend a little time in it. If it's something you don't know, this is the best time to sit down during this COVID time and look up some stuff. YouTube, shoot you guys some messages on your Instagram pages or whatever. This is a great time to be communicating.
And don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged too is another thing, because I hear a lot of people that come to the shows and they're discouraged because the player they bought or this, that, or the other. Again, don't take it so serious. If you buy what you enjoy, you're never going to feel that discouragement, to want to exit the industry, because it's supposed to be fun. It's nice to make money on stuff, invest in it and turn around and make money on it. But it's also nice to open your PC box and go, damn, look at that. Right. Yes. I really like that card. I don't give, like you said, it doesn't matter what anybody else says. I really like that card. I see guys on Instagram, and I have to smile because I'm sure they're getting a lot of what is this? Guys opening 87 Topps baseball packs and pulling a Barry Bonds, a $2 or $3 Barry Bonds, and going ape shit over it, right? That's great. That's what it's all about, right? Yeah. And the industry was designed, of course, make some money off of it, all these big companies, but it was designed to it's another hobby. They call it the hobby for a reason, right? Yes. It's designed to bring enjoyment to your life. I know when COVID was pretty hard, I'll tell you what, I've been in the industry since what? I'm 42 on the down low. And I've been doing this.
I like that.
I've been doing this since I was 18, right? And I found boxes that I hadn't seen in years when everybody was doing it wasn't a spring cleaning, it was a COVID cleaning. And it rejuvenates you. Holy shit, I can't believe I had that card. Oh, yeah. Or, all the Jordans and everything that everybody pulled out of the woodworks when he had his what was it? What do you call it? The
documentary? The Last
Dance?
The
documentary. Look what happened, right?
Yeah.
It was a perfect storm. All that was undervalued already. But how many guys pulled out their Jordans and were like, man, I've been holding these forever. Yes. And these things are finally worth something. No, they were worth something. They just weren't worth what they should have been worth, to this day. But again, just having fun.
And that first episode, when they brought on that Eric B. and Rakim, and they started showing those highlights against Boston and taking these people to school, Jordan Price.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And when by the time that show was over, it was hitting all-time highs.
Oh yeah, man. That in the middle of that first episode, JP, I want you to know this, and Chris.
Mm-hmm.
When they went to those highlights with Eric B. Rakim, I was up in the middle of my living room on my feet.
Well, yeah, definitely when they played LL I'm Bad.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was something nice. Whoever put that together.
So I'm going to ask you guys this. Oh,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was going
I
to
was going to say we have Flippin' Steve in the house.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Flippin' Steve.
Yeah.
So he knows what it's about to flip cards, right? There you go.
Sir.
I'm going to ask you guys this because I asked this question. I'm going to put you guys on the spot, even though it's your guys' show.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is the greatest player ever in the NBA to play the game so far?
You mean like now or ever?
Ever.
Oh, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Without question.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty much
solidified.
Pretty much solidified.
Without
Good
question.
to hear that. I get some different answers. You know, Kobe's up there. I get it. LeBron, I've heard a little bit here and there, the newer generation. But nah, people need to see these highlights in these games. It's when I watch the old games of Jordan playing, that's some basketball right there.
Yeah. Hey, let me drop this on you, Chris. It's even better seeing it in person at the old United.
Lost you for a second.
Go ahead, JP. What'd you say again?
No, I said, Chris, I said it's even better when you see it live.
Let me come back in. I think I lost you.
Okay. Yeah, it's better when you see it live, right? I always tell people growing up in Chicago, when you see game 32 of the season, game 56, game 69, and this guy is finding motivation in players that none of us even know today. Some guy may have chirped and said something in the third quarter, and then who are you talking to? Then it's on, right?
Yeah. I mean, and that's key to what you said, FD. Let's think about it. Let me ask you a question. If I say Granville Waiters, how many people you think is gonna know that name?
Not too many.
Yeah. What about Reggie Theus?
Not too many.
Okay. Yeah, I can keep going with names.
Also, Reggie Theus had to get off that Bulls team when Mike Jordan showed up, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, he didn't really care for Mike shooting the ball.
Yeah.
Chris, we got you back, right?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Every time somebody calls me, it just my mic goes completely off. I'm not sure why. Okay. It's weird.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
But DC says here has been invested in KD. Only other player with more scoring titles is Jordan and Wilt. And if he wins a couple more rings, I feel like he could be top 10. I think if he doesn't win any more rings, he'll
give me 1 second, guys. I got to step away for a second. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yep. He'll end up top 10.
Hey, FD.
What?
Was we just talking about this?
Just talking about this, DC. So, DC, let me give you some background here, right? I'm like Judge Mathis. Let me give you some background. So, JP and I were talking last week about, he said KD is top 7 right now. And I said, oh, hold on now. I don't know about that. And I started sitting down and doing my little due diligence, right? Doing a little research. And then I came back to you probably in about 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He is top 7 right now, DC. Well, we don't need to wait. No. This young man has done a lot. And I don't know if he'll ever win another championship. He could, but the body of work that he is putting together, and we can see it every night right now with Brooklyn and how he's shooting the basketball and playing defense.
Yes.
And he's playing defense. JP even talked about he can play 1 through 5, but he's playing defense on some power forwards and centers out here that is quite commendable. So, we may talk about Curry on this show as an up and coming player as far as card values only. His card value is increasing, but KD is a bona fide Hall of Famer. He's going to be legendary when he leaves. I don't know of a man that's 7 feet tall that can do what he does. And I can't think back on one in the history of the game who is as agile as him, can play defense like him, and can play the 1 through 5 like him.
Okay. So back in the day, I would say a person that may mirror KD that can play the 1 through 5 was Lamar Odom. Back in the day.
Yeah. The only thing about Odom, yes, he could. When Odom's at the top of his game,
Yeah.
Yes, he could. The only thing about Odom is that longevity piece of how
Yeah.
long he did that. But yes, if you
Exactly.
talk about footwork, mobility, and height and length and arm and length and everything like that, yeah, I can see your point.
Yeah.
I can definitely see your point.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got
Can
you,
hear me?
Chris.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
good. What about Dirk? He wasn't too bad. 7-footer,
Dirk.
could shoot. I mean, he
Yeah,
didn't play the
yeah.
1 through 5, but Dirk was pretty agile. He was a good shooter. He
Yeah.
had some, he's got some good turnaround jump shot, post up game.
Oh,
So
yeah.
definitely not lanky and athletic like KD though, for sure. But
No.
Yeah, but you're talking about that height and can get it done. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dirk is on the list. over 30,000 career points. He's on that list.
Yeah. Yeah. You hit on something. Shooting, he'll shoot the lights out.
Ooh, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that
Yeah.
fadeaway jump out of the post, no one could block that or touch
You
that or
can't.
do anything.
Nothing. Nobody.
It was like a modern day skyhook from Kareem. No one can mess
Yep.
with
Yeah. No.
that. So we got Colorado Sports who said can be difficult sometimes to buy what you like when you think something might be going up or you see too much. Even for me, who's been buying cars for a good while. Okay. I mean, I see your point. I see your point. I'm not. Chris is on here. I'm gonna throw something out from a list here, JP.
Okay.
So, Chris, did you see Klay Thompson come back last night? Klay Day.
If I'm going to be honest, no, I did not.
Okay,
And
but
I'm going to blame that. I'm going to blame that on my wife. I'm going to blame it on my wife because I took her out to dinner.
Oh,
So good.
okay.
So that
Did you see
kind of trumped.
Did you see highlights at all?
Yes, I did. I saw he scored 17. I
Yeah.
saw that he played 20 minutes, only 20
Yeah.
minutes, and still scored 17. I saw his first shot that he made coming back. I actually, to be quite honest with you, I saw the beginning of the game when he walked sort of into the building before everybody was there and cheering and everything, and then she said, "It's time to go."
Yep.
And because she knows if not, if I get on that and watch that, it's going to be eating Salisbury steaks at home, and there's no dinner out to eat, So,
Yes,
but yeah, I think what happened with Draymond though? I saw he had no minutes.
Draymond has a calf strain, so he wanted to start the game because Klay was coming back to play. But as soon as the game started, he fouled and then got out of the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I saw 0 minutes, and I'm like, how does a guy play 0 minutes? What happened?
That thing. He wanted to
Gotcha.
be there for his guy. So I admired that. But what Klay did last night, dunking on someone,
I did see that.
Playing some defense on 7-footers. It was just good to see his range of motion and his ankle and his left to right movement as good as it was. I'm excited about what's about to happen.
Well, I'll tell you what, for his mentality, that's fantastic, right?
Oh, yeah.
To come out there and do that, because I tore my ACL. I used to play ball back in the day, and I tore my ACL, and it is like I'm no level of any kind of NBA or anything like that, right? But just watching your team play, and you got to sit there and I saw your short thing on Instagram how with Klay before he came up last night. It's grueling. It's grueling. I mean, it took me a year to walk. Okay. Wow. And once I was able to walk and move side to side and everything, but I'll tell you what, the first time I stepped on the court, and I'm not an NBA player, but I'm just giving you an idea mentally, you're in your head a little bit. Like, is this going to happen again? And he had it happen twice. So I got to give him props for that. You know what I mean? Just stepping on that court, having a great game, getting the win, getting the crowd behind you. That's all great for the mental part of the game. And that's most important. One of the most important things Jordan says, Kobe said, all those guys, the greats said, mental is more important than what you got, skill. So get that mental right, and it's game over. I mean, him and Curry, I personally, I'm going to put my hand up. This is no hard thing. They got the title. Unless something drastically happens,
there you go.
I don't see anybody beating them personally.
Speak on it. Speak on it, Chris.
So,
I agree.
So you could be a fan of whatever, Brooklyn or whatever, but I think the title is running through them, truthfully.
Speak on it, Chris.
If people can stay healthy and they can keep that rotation right, and also with Klay coming back, if people can know that their minutes going to be reduced and they're willing to put it all in for the team.
Yeah.
Like Wiggins and
they don't even have Wiseman back yet.
I mean, Wiseman's coming.
Right, but that's my point. Like, it's kind of crazy. you got Jordan Poole on the bench. I think he had 25 minutes and he had like 14, 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
You got a youngster like that coming off the bench. You got Wiseman, and whether he starts or he does, like you got depth now in this team. Even I mean, they had it before, but even more now. They're dangerous. I don't think they need to make a trade either. Period.
No,
So
they farm system. The G League is excellent. A lot of these players came from the G League. Some of them did. So this is an excellent thing. And FD hits on it all the time with his man Wiseman. I'm gonna let him speak a little bit about. Tell us a little bit about Wiseman.
I cannot wait. I can't wait. I've been waiting on this. I can't wait.
For Wiseman?
Yeah.
You got his rookie patch auto?
I have a few. It's not even about the cards. It's just about the love of the game. This young man has the game. So we'll see soon.
Did he tear his MCL or ACL or what did he? I don't remember exactly what he did.
He tore his
meniscus. Okay.
And then I started doing some research. I hit JP up that day, and I started doing some research. And I'm like, almost every major star, Jimmy Butler, KD, we could have started naming them, has torn their meniscus and come back. Very common NBA injury. So, and Wiseman is 20, going on 21. He'll be 21 in March. I kind of know his whole bio. So,
wow.
Let me drop this gem on how special this guy is. Right.
Drop it. Hold on, before you drop. 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the game. Georgia just scored. It's 26-18 Georgia right now.
Oh, wow.
So Alabama has to score a touchdown and a two-point conversion. Got this thing up, and it's about to happen. What's up?
They can do it. They can do it.
It's about to happen. It's about to happen. Yeah. But go ahead, JP. Drop that gem that you were about to drop.
Okay. So what Mr. Wiseman, right? A young guy out of Memphis. Hadn't played too many games. How many games has he played at Memphis College, FD?
He played 3 or 4. I think it was 3 before he left Memphis as a freshman.
As a freshman. So right there, it tells you that this kid has something. He's special. So he gets injured and tears his meniscus, right? This Hall of Famer reaches out to him because he sees a lot of this young man in himself when he was at that stage. And that's Mr. Hall of Famer, KG Big Ticket Kevin Garnett. So if KG is reaching out to you saying, hey, I want to come work with you, young fella, that ought to tell you something about the magnitude on how special this young fella is getting ready to be.
Yeah.
True, very true. Chris, we got a quick question for you. So, Alexander, let us know how the Causeway was. I've always heard it's a great show. Chime in, let us know how what deals you got or what cards you saw and how the show was. I know it was great. Chris, still tables available at the show?
Yes, we have some tables left. God, they find me everywhere, huh?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be me. That's all I'm trying to be. No more than that, But they do find me late at night, early in the morning. If there's a table to be had, they'll find me.
So Mark Ingalls says, I think this is going back to the GOAT conversation, Chris and JP, that LeBron is the GOAT. I always respect people's opinions.
All right.
I respect that. All right.
Tony, leave it at that.
Yeah, he has tons of 89 early 90s cards. Larry Bird.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Did you guys see that Raiders-Chargers game yesterday?
Yeah, saw all of it.
Can you, man?
Do we want to jump into why the Raiders went on and won the game and didn't wait and didn't let both teams tie?
Right here. See my hands? See my hands?
Money.
See my hands? This right here. Right here. Because the news, the article that came out in the morning was they were shaking in their boots if the Raiders hadn't won that game, because I don't know when the last time a tie actually got both teams to a playoff. Has that even ever happened before in the NFL?
I think it may have. I have to do my research. Let me hold off on that.
But I still ask the question: why did the Chargers coach call a timeout?
I think he wanted to see. I think he wanted to see. If I may, this is what I said. I think he wanted to see if they were really going to go for it or not. He wanted to see what they were going to do. That's just my opinion. I mean, I don't think he was trying to freeze anybody or anything like that. I think it was more along the lines of, hey, are you guys going to kneel this ball so we both go? Or are you going to, you going to just fall down on it so we both go? And I think he got his answer when he saw how they lined up and they were basically ready to kick that field goal. That's just my honest opinion. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think, but that was my
opinion. Know this is a guy who goes for 4. He does little cute stuff in the game. Like he goes for 4th down a lot. He tries different plays a lot. And I personally thought the Raiders read that as are you trying to win the game? Like, what are you doing right now? And so if you're doing that, then let's go ahead and close the door on you right quick.
Yeah. The announcers kind of, you know what? That's the one thing that I'll say about a game. And this is just my opinion, because like you said, our opinions are our opinions, right?
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes people, not you guys or anything like that, we all have, I should say, we all kind of buy into what the announcers say. So they'll make their own opinion. Then you're like, yeah, that's right. I mean, unless they're Tony Romo calling something, because that fool can call the plays before they happen. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously. But
that trips to the right, they're running the ball.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. In fact, when I first heard he was coming on, I'm like, oh, Tony Romo, because I'm not a Dallas fan. Sorry, guys, but I'm just not. I'm a Patriots fan, but a Brady fan mostly, but a Brady fan. But the thing is like a lot of times these commentators will say something, because I heard one of them make the comment after that play and they won, like, that timeout's going to haunt them because, this, that. And the thing is we don't really know what their mindset was, right? Maybe their mindset was, just like I said, maybe to figure out what they really are doing. Maybe his mindset was, I mean, the announcer said, I think I remember him saying that he called the timeout thinking maybe they would get the ball back so that they can go do something with it. I mean, I was screaming and yelling, kneel the ball. I would have, I no disrespect to Big Ben, but the Chargers deserve to be in the playoffs. I'm sorry, but they did.
And the Steelers are probably going to be one and done. As soon as they
one and done.
But I got an announcement, people. We got a pick 6. Georgia takes it back to the house.
Oh, it's over.
It is 32-18 right now with 54 seconds left, and Georgia has not kicked the extra point.
Oh, wow.
The ball was thrown right to this guy. Just
no.
And he took it right to the house.
Somebody is going to be in serious debt real soon. And after
they
game.
have Alabama's quarterback after winning the Heisman looking very pedestrian right now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to make excuses, but it is tough when you lose one of your best receivers in the game on your team. It is.
Georgia's quarterback is crying right now with excitement.
Oh, I bet he is.
Oh, yeah.
I bet he is. Vindication, right? Because they lost one game right before they went into the playoff thing, right? Didn't they?
Yep.
Like the last game of the season and before that?
But Alabama lost their 2 top receivers. They lost one in the game.
That's tough.
Yeah.
And they didn't really have a running game, right? Because of it too. They just drop back in coverage.
They started to run in the third quarter, but you know,
a little too late.
It is what it is. I mean, you can't. Nick Saban got 7 championships.
Yeah,
7 rings.
The other guy doesn't have any, right?
Kirby
or whatever his name is.
I don't think so.
I think he may have some when he coached with Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Mark, I'm not questioning. I'm not questioning. I know you're 41, but I'm not questioning if you think LeBron's the GOAT. I'm not questioning that. Wouldn't do it. Shaq is the GOAT. Sports car legends. I won't question that. All right. What's another one? What's another one I have here? So I just want to say this. I know the other day we did a celebration of life for John Madden, but Don Maynard passed away. 86 years old. Great player with Joe Namath. John Maynard was a great wide receiver. The game of football lost a giant, and Maynard passing away. I just wanted to make sure we talked about that tonight and give him his time.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Jokic gets the GOAT. Okay. All right. All right.
Wow.
It'd be interesting if Jokic could have even been MVP. You know, there's many questions off of that one.
Yeah.
I would say Shaq is definitely one of the all-time, actually, I don't know if all-time, but one of the all-time greatest centers. That's for sure.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, Wilt is up there, of course. Man, can you imagine watching those two play in their prime against each other?
That would have been nice. That would have been
Man.
nice. Yeah, Klay is back.
Yeah, Klay is definitely back. I got a question.
What you got?
I want to know what happened with them Colts getting put out of the playoffs.
That's
Carson
all.
Wentz.
You can chalk that up to quarterback play.
Carson Wentz. Yep.
Carson Wentz.
Oh.
Any game of the season where he could have a horrible game, he picked week 18 to just shut it down, man.
And 17, yeah.
They single-handedly put people in their living room for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
They were a very dangerous team too if they had gotten to the playoffs, because they showed they can beat some really good teams this season, you know. But
Chris, you know what was going to happen. Teams are going to put 8 or 9 people in the box, just like they just did yesterday.
Oh yeah,
make them throw the ball and shut down Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely. It was going to be on Carson Wentz to win the game. You're right, and he could not come through.
You have a lot of teams right now that has a lot of flaws. Look at Kansas City. Kansas City and Green Bay cannot stop the run.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you that right now.
People are about to be exposed. They can take this bye week and on a 1 and 2 seed and chill out. But some teams are about to be exposed.
Yeah.
One in particular here. Christopher King said, "What's up, fellas? I thought Jimmy G was setting the 49ers up for failure, but he settled down and Swiss Army knife Deebo Samuel took over, and now they're going to end the Cowboys season."
Deebo Samuels, that dude is a all around. He's going to be all around great. I'm telling you.
He's wonderful. He is wonderful.
He is everything.
He gets me excited watching the game.
Yeah.
Deebo.
You get that dude a real quarterback, you got problems.
Man.
Yeah. Yep.
And
a second receiver. If they can give anything to him to have him be isolated one-on-one, it's game over.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was taking simple passes from Jimmy G and turning them up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The yak yards. Oh, of course.
Oh, ever. Wilt Chamberlain. Okay.
All right. So FD, who are you? Who do you guys see as prime for the picking to go home after the first round of the playoffs? What do you guys think?
I think the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, for sure.
Are just going to extend Roethlisberger's career. Let him wave to the fans one more time. Take a few snaps. Hand him off to Najee Harris, and then it's time to take it to the showers. I just don't see anything happening there. JP, who you got?
That's early exit. Kansas City.
Okay.
I love Mahomes, but I am kind of there with you on that. Even though I picked them early on to win the Super Bowl, I'll tell you what, if Tyreek Hill is hurt any more than what he looks to be hurt, they're in big trouble because
what was the injury? Was it a hamstring? Was it
a heel injury, and that's not good for somebody that runs.
No.
And Kelsey's okay. He got hurt supposedly at the end of the game, but they say he's all right. But Tyreek Hill changes that game because they don't have that explosive running back. So teams are already dropping back. You've seen Mahomes. He has more picks this year than he's had, right, in a while. And he's having to do a lot more. But I think the biggest thing for them is their defense. Is their defense going to show up? Because they can't stop the run, like you said, at all. Zero. And if they want to have a shootout with people, they're going to be in trouble, I think. I personally believe.
Listen, Andy Reid and Sean McVay are the same type of people. They want to run trick plays. They want to try to have a shootout with you and say, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. They was exposed in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay showed you how to beat Kansas City.
And everybody paid attention.
And the Rams. and then the New England, the Rams, right?
Yeah.
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 So now, what about, do we think the Patriots are going to beat the Bills?
No. Are they playing the Bills in the first round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they in
Yeah.
Buffalo, right? I'm a Patriots fan, but it's not happening with Mac Jones this season. It's not
You
happening.
know what?
He doesn't have enough offense.
I say that they will eke out a win against Buffalo.
That's what I think too. I think they're going to expose Allen.
Yeah.
Belichick is going to do some stuff.
Isn't that sad? I'm a Patriots fan, and I'm saying no. I just think that I don't think Buffalo is anything like they were last year. That's for damn sure. I mean, losing their top cornerback was a big blow. Big blow. And when they face a team that has a solid number one, they're going to be in trouble a little bit, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I think that the problem with the Patriots that they have, and if it's a low-scoring game, I'm 100% in on what you guys say. It's going to be the Patriots winning the game. But if it's anywhere like a 21, 27 type game, I just don't know that Mac Jones yet has enough to get there to get him past that. I was actually gonna say, in terms of spoiler alert, I was gonna say the Rams, and I'm sure people don't want to hear that, but I don't know. I mean, Matthew Stafford is looking a little tight at the end of a game.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these games. I mean, he's a gunslinger, but he makes some bad decisions sometimes. I was telling my mom, of all people, she's a Rams fan. She said, "Did you watch that game?" And I said, "No, I didn't watch it, but I heard." And she said, "What the hell was Matt Stafford doing at the end of that game, throwing to Odell?" And I said, "Listen, it's not for him not trying, right? He underthrew it. But my concern has always been with Matt Stafford is he'll get you 350 yards, right? He'll throw a couple touchdowns. But is that pick or picks going to hurt you at some point of the game?" He's almost, I mean, it sounds weird, but you got the different side of the spectrum. You got Jared Goff, who they had before, who was not willing to take chances. He's like that guy, 200 yards, a touchdown or two. He just didn't have it in him. But then you got the other side of the spectrum, like Stafford, that'll gunsling and throw it. He needs to find the medium. And they don't have a running game. If they get Cam Akers back and he's halfway decent, then you got something. But they're not using Sony Michel enough to their Sony Michel and Henderson, or I think he's still playing, right? They need to utilize that run game, and that screen game, and then open up the field. Because I don't know how you guys feel about Odell, but I think he helps them a lot on that team. I just don't. You can't force the ball to him. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I kind of felt like they did on that last play. They just threw it down there, underthrown. But I mean, Cooper Kupp is. You talk about MVP, man. I mean, did he break the records? Did he beat him or no? Or fell a little bit short?
I don't know. But let me drop this on you. Cooper Kupp, if you start hitting him at the line, he's gonna fold.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I would agree.
And Odell,
he fell short. Cooper Kupp fell short of Calvin Johnson's record.
And Michael Thomas, huh? Okay.
And Odell is a guy that is he takes plays off. So if you hit him a couple of times, he's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna go out with an injury. And you notice Sean McVay he's just like Andy Reid. They're not going to change what they're doing. You see that in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
They still stuck to whatever it was. Oh, we're going to beat you because we're going to outsling you. Come on, man. That's not those two teams.
That's why I always say that, and it's not because I'm a Patriots fan, but Bill Belichick in game is one of the greatest coaches to change up the script a little bit, right? They could be down at halftime, and he'll identify what's some problems or things they need to work on. Doesn't mean it always works, but in game changing up to squeak out wins or win this or that, whatever it may be. I mean, I don't know, but he may be the greatest. You talk about GOAT in terms of coaches, he may be up there,
And FD know I can speak from experience on why that is. My cousin played wide receiver with him and won 3 Super Bowls. So,
who is it? Who was that?
My cousin, he just passed away. David Patton.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I heard about that.
So,
Wow.
yeah. But I mean, yeah, coach will do some things in halftime. He's making adjustments.
Yeah.
You know.
Not McVay though, right? And to an extent, Reed. They're like, they'll draw the play on the board, even if it got pick six, and they'll just run it again, right?
Hey, McVay draws the plays up, puts them on that laminated sheet, and he's going from 1 to 60, and he's going to go in sequential order
Yeah.
of how he calls the game. And I don't
Get a
care
load of
what
one of
happens.
those.
He's going to go from 12 to 13, from 20 to 21, and keep it moving. And then he's going to go
Even
to the end zone and celebrate, and then lose.
If you got his playbook, he will still
Then he's going to
stick
have
to
a
the
wide
script.
receiver like Deshaun Jackson score a touchdown. He's going to run all the way down there and celebrate with him, then cut him. Get him out of here.
Then cut him. Yeah, see ya. Trade 2 draft picks for Jared Goff and cut you, right?
I can talk about him all day, man. I can talk about him all day. He cracks
He is
me
a good.
up.
I like him though. I do like him.
That's what they got to stay in the coach's box. Just get back in the coach's box, man.
You think he's arrogant? Like in real life?
I think he came into the NFL at a young age. He has relationships built in the NFL. He has that job for a reason. He won't have that job for long.
Nope.
Not in LA. No. They
I
want
think
a
he
Super
brought in
Bowl.
Stafford. Somebody let him bring in Stafford to see what he would do, and then after, because Stafford's not going to take him anywhere, and then that whole situation will be over.
I kind of agree with that one. When everybody said Stafford, they said Super Bowl, and I said, maybe.
Nah, he'll be at the concession stand buying popcorn at the Super Bowl. But he won't be playing.
They should have brought Deshaun here, right? No.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't have those problems, I would have grabbed Deshaun.
Hey, but Flippin' Steve has a question here, which I think is a great question. Did Flores deserve to be fired from Miami? No, he did not.
No way.
Oh, they fired him?
Wait a minute. They fired him?
Yeah, they fired him.
No.
They fired him, Nagy, and that was the third coach. The Bears fired their coach too, JP.
Nagy, that's fine. No way on Flores. No, somebody's grabbing him. No. How do you win 7 straight, just lose the last game, and then get fired?
Oh, the Minnesota Vikings coach got fired, but we all knew that, how he looked standing on the sidelines at the last game, that he wasn't going to be around too much longer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Him and that.
Well, Bill Belichick will call Flores up. He'll have a job with New England back again. He'll be back.
Quite sure.
Wow, that's surprising.
I didn't even know why he went to Miami. I was like, I know he wanted to probably be a head coach and wanted that title and have that experience.
To get that experience,
But you knew that wasn't going to work out in Miami. Again, I always ask this question. If they wouldn't have drafted Dan Marino, what have they done since 1972?
No. Now, here's a question for you. I agree with you. You're right. Basically nothing. And my friend will hate me for saying that. But here's a question for you. Now that Flores is out, does that mean Tua's out? Because didn't they draft him underneath him?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Tua's that great of a player. He's okay.
No, he's not. He's not. But, I mean, he showed a little something with that 7-game. I'm not going to say it's him. The defense was, like, far more superior, right? Yeah. But it seems like quarterbacks in these leagues, they have a couple years, maybe 1-2 years. If you don't prove yourself, it's on to the next one. And worse than running backs, So I don't know. It's tough when you spend a first-round pick, your top pick, on a quarterback, and they don't pan out. Kind of sets you back a little bit,
Yeah, Marcus is right here too. Denver did fire their coach as well.
Yeah.
He's going to get a job because he's a good defensive coordinator, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
He says Aaron Rodgers is going to take it this year.
No.
If they could stop the run.
No. I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. They're going to put 8 in the box, and they're going to double team their wide receiver.
Devontae?
Yes.
You mean the only wide receiver that Rodgers throws to?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, didn't they bring Randall Cobb in, but he hasn't done anything?
He's been hurt. He's been in pedestrian clothes, sitting cheering from the sideline.
Yeah.
He's about done. I mean, Cobb is done.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers wanted him to come back. He's about.
Here's a question on branching off that. You think Aaron Rodgers is gone after this season?
I think so.
Regardless if they win a Super Bowl or not, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think he goes?
I don't think so. I think he's Green Bay through and through, man.
You think he's gonna stay
I think
Yeah.
he's going to stay also. I think that this patch, a winning season patched it up. Like somebody told me, you go somewhere else, you don't, he's not going to have, well, I'm sorry to say this, but he's not going to have the Tom Brady effect going somewhere else, right?
No.
To a degree, maybe, but I'll tell you what, if, Devontae's not going to re-up if he's gone, so they're in big trouble.
Yep.
So they almost have to,
Great point.
I mean, realistically, they got to trade Jordan Love. Kind of like what Tom went through in New England when they traded Garoppolo, right? He was pissed off that Garoppolo was there, forced Belichick's hand, forced Kraft's hand, traded Garoppolo, and would they win another Super Bowl out of that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if it works out like that, he stays. If it doesn't, if they're not willing to dump Love and grab another player or two, then yeah, he may walk. But I just get a feeling that he's there. After this season, he's going to stick around, sign a disgusting contract extension, and there you go.
So, Alexander, let me know. You at the end of this, you say the Cosmo show was great. You saw big deals, Kawhi Leonard, RPA, National Treasures. Let me know though about selling the Brady's. Did you sell a lot of Brady's, or you saw a lot of Brady's sold? Just want to see that. And if you sold Brady's, just want to know about that.
Let me ask you, what's this Causeway show? Is this a big show?
Yeah, it's a big show in Boston.
Oh, is that the one that just went on right now? Recently?
Yep, just went on this past weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I saw that. I did see that. In the 20-degree weather.
Yeah, it was chilly.
Just a little bit.
It looked like it was cold.
My daughter's in upstate New York, about an hour out of Syracuse. Her husband is in the military, and congratulations to him. He just got in the Green Berets. It's amazing.
Oh wow! Okay, congratulations.
Yeah. But I will say this: I was just talking to her today, and she was telling me that tomorrow, so I guess today, or almost today, is -10 degrees with a crazy wind chill factor. And I'm like, well, I'm glad you're there and not me, because I cannot handle the cold. Like, this is cold enough in California for me. You know what I mean? Not really, but cold.
Today was a good day. Today was a nice day.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, overall, when it gets chilly, it's it's cold for us Californians.
Yeah.
At -10, I mean, I wouldn't even look outside at -10. Wouldn't even peek outside.
One year I went back. I was an adult. I went back to visit. And I was shoveling snow in 4 degrees, and at the time I lived in California. And I thought, man, this reminds me of some old days.
Yep, getting out there, shoveling.
Still had to break that ice up and get all that stuff off.
Yeah, we used to make money in 4-degree weather.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you guys grow up?
Chicago.
Oh God, yeah, the Windy City, huh? Yep. Those types of storms and weather coming in all the time, no problem.
Yeah.
You grow a thick skin for that.
Yeah, I just bundled up. I never liked the cold. I've never liked cold weather, but you just gotta do what you gotta do. You're born in it, you live in it, and then you just adjust. But in the back of your mind, you're like, man, one day I'm gonna seek out some weather. That's a little bit different. I'll do something. I used to hate wearing gloves. I used to hate wearing big jackets. I hated wearing hoods. I hated wearing earmuffs. I hated all of it.
Yeah.
Like an Eskimo, huh? Walking around. Yeah.
So Love What You Collect says congrats to Georgia. Yeah, they're wrapping things up here. They're on the celebration on the field. It's interesting. It's interesting sometimes. Some national championship games go just like you think they're going to go, and sometimes. But yes, congrats to them. Yeah. James says I have 2 Derek Jeter 93 Topps rookies, PSA 10. What's the value of a trade? Oh, that I don't know. I don't put.
I'm a baseball guy. I'm a baseball guy.
What do you think? I don't put a lot of research into Derek Jeter.
What do you mean the value of trade? What are you trying to trade for? Would be the question. Yeah. Because they're not an easy 10. But I did see something on Instagram where somebody just bought like 300 or 500 sets, and they were pulling them out of there. So it just depends on the population report, right? But Derek Jeter is still a hot card. I mean, his stuff sells really well. He doesn't do a lot of autographs, which I do know. But trade value. I mean, I did
I'm
obviously.
trying to figure out right quick, do a little research while we're rolling here,
Mhm.
and try to see what this card is worth. That I don't know.
I would say a couple thousand probably, and I could be off. Maybe a
I think
little
this
less.
is the one with the stance that he's throwing the
Throwing it.
ball.
Yeah, he's throwing. They've got a Topps gold version of it, which is the one that everybody wants, like the Shaq rookie that has the gold.
Mhm.
But the base Topps rookie is they're a hard 10. It is a hard 10. I see a lot of 9s, and those go for a couple $100, I think, even in a 9.
I'm showing the 10 has a population of 3,001. 9 has a population of over 16,000.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
What's the last 10 sold for? Any idea on there? I don't have my phone.
I'm showing about $600 to $700.
Oh, I'm way off. I said thousands. Whoa.
Yeah.
Maybe I thought the gold version then probably.
Yeah, the gold version is probably doing that. But this is still a great card. I mean, if you think about the memory of Derek Jeter, and when he came up, this is still a great card.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
See something else that's on my list I want to talk about. Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving.
Is he a top 3 point guard of all time?
If he hadn't got injured all the time and actually played potentially.
Let me also caveat of that question. Where does Isaiah Thomas sit as on the top point guard list? And I want the community here too to chime in. We got some people on here. Last week we talked about some the top lists all time playing basketball, but I just want to dig into these point guards. And I think there were a few people on last week that talked about Isaiah Thomas, and this made me think throughout the week, like, what do people think he ranks? So what does he stack up? Also, Chris Paul, what does he stack up all time? Everybody's talking about Chris has 20,000 points, 10,000 rebounds. What does that really mean?
Nothing.
On Michael Jordan's list, Isaiah Thomas not too high. I'll tell you that.
Well, two kids from Chicago. I don't think too much of Isaiah Thomas.
No.
I mean, definitely you got to win. I'm not saying Isaiah, but Chris Paul, he's got to win a title. That's all that really matters to me. Well, to me, I mean, points and all that are great, and it just shows the longevity of it, right? Of the career. But if you're not winning a title, I mean, greatest? Nah, definitely not.
So Sydney says Isaiah's top 5. Sydney, can you throw out there your top 5? Like, who makes up that top 5? I'm just asking.
I mean,
Johnny is up there. Stockton has got to be up there, right?
That's what Anthony said. Anthony said Stockton, Curry, Big O.
Curry, and Stockton. Okay.
Is Curry considered a true point guard?
Mm-hmm.
He is, right? Okay. Yeah. Then yeah. Mm-hmm. After that block John Morant had the other night, their team is saying he's the best point guard in the league.
You went up with 2 hands.
Wow. That's one of the most amazing blocks I've seen, honestly. I think LeBron's block in the playoffs was bad, but
one day after he retires, he's gonna look at that film and be like, "Man, boy, I could really jump back then."
Yeah.
That was crazy. With 2 hands.
He got some spring to him.
Wow. Yeah, he does. He does.
Okay,
Offhand, I can only think of Stockton and Curry, though, right? I'm trying to think.
Yeah. Pete said Isaiah Thomas is top 10. I say somewhere between 6 and 10. Thomas is 4 to 5 all time to me. CP3 is better, in my opinion.
Okay. Was Pete Maravich a point guard?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
He was solid, right?
Yes,
pretty
sir.
Solid.
Yes.
Scoring what he did without the 3-pointer. Pretty solid. Let's not forget about Pistol, right?
Oh no, you can't. You cannot forget about that guy.
Yeah, I would say I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, we'll see. Isaiah Thomas. You don't know.
No, none of these guys. You notice none of these guys. I don't. And everybody is entitled to their opinion, but they're not in my top 5. And I don't even read my list off, and I'm not going to. But you're entitled to your opinion. So,
I got a question for you guys. Is there any Hall of Famer in the NBA that's left-handed?
Man.
Because I don't know if Chris Bosh is going to get in, right? He was a lefty.
Oh, he's
Or
already
if-
in. He just went
Okay,
in.
well, okay, so then I'm just thinking offhand because James Harden's a lefty. There's a couple guys in the NBA, but I can't really think of anybody in the NBA other than maybe Chris Bosh that's left-handed that's been in the Hall of Fame or that's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Bosh, Manu Ginobili. I'm just reading off a list because I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
did a little
that's right.
research. Manu
Ginobili.
Ginobili.
Yep.
Gail Goodrich was left-handed.
Oh, okay.
Bob Lanier was left-handed. Dave Cowens.
Oh, I'm
Billy
way off then.
Cunningham, Artis Gilmore. No, I wouldn't have thought of this, Chris. I didn't know. Chris Mullen, left-handed.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was deadly on the
TMC,
Warriors.
baby.
Yeah. He's still
Right.
coaching college basketball right now, or is he done?
I thought he was still at St. John's.
Is he
I don't
still
know.
there?
That I don't know. Also, James Harden is left-handed.
Right.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, Chris said that. Yeah.
Yep. That's a good question, man. I didn't know.
Mhm.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I always think about those kinds of things because when I see somebody playing basketball and they're like, "Man, this guy's gonna be great," I'm like, "Is he left-handed?" You know, and because it just doesn't fly too well with that. But hey, I didn't realize that many guys were in the Hall of Fame that were left-handed. I didn't realize that.
I did not either. I did not. So I got another question. Who's going to play? Who do we have going to the Super Bowl? We can go around the board. Tampa Bay. So who's Tampa Bay going to play in the Super Bowl?
Don't know.
I am going to go with – I can't go against Brady. I can't go against Brady. I mean, even though they're kind of down with what happened with AB and, I mean, hopefully Fournette comes back, but we'll see. But, I mean, even though I agreed with you earlier about Kansas City, I don't know. I just get this feeling like Kansas City, Tampa Bay again. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I'm thinking maybe, because I don't see
saw a
Buffalo.
stat the other day. I saw a stat that after 17 weeks in the season, Brady. I also had a thought of MVP. Brady was first in touchdowns, first in passing yards. Then he broke a record yesterday as a 43-year-old with the most passing yards in the season. First in first downs, first in TD drives, and first in I think points in the season. And I'm still trying to figure out how is Aaron Rodgers MVP?
What is it? They're saying Aaron Rodgers is MVP?
A lot of people are thinking Aaron Rodgers is going to win MVP.
Well, that. I think it's just due to their
turmoil,
record, their winning, and you got a lot of people out there that do not like Tom Brady for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Don't like.
The numbers don't lie, though.
No,
the numbers do not lie.
They don't. But this guy, we all know who TB is, man. This guy still has a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
As a 6th round, 188th pick.
Mm-hmm.
And he gonna let you know, listen, you can hate me all you want to, but once it's said and done, I am the greatest of all time. Just think, 10 Super Bowls and you win 7. You about to be 8. He was the last quarterback in 2003, 2004 go back to back.
Yeah.
He's about to do it.
I've told this not just because I'm a Brady fan, but to anybody that'll listen. We are witnessing potentially in our lifetime one of the greatest, if not the greatest, athletes. Because in terms of what they've done, if you have a body of work, right, and you look at the ultimate goal is the Super Bowl, right? This man, it just. Even Jordan, who we know is the greatest, in our opinion, of course, basketball player, right? Transcendent type of figure. I mean, they know him all around the world, right? But Jordan's got what? How many titles does he have?
6.
6. So Brady's got one more, right? He's got more titles than anybody else, any other athlete, correct? He's got
and more. I think Bill Russell has more.
Russell got 13.
But modern player, yeah. Yep.
I think he has pretty much majority, if not all, the NFL records for a quarterback. right?
Yeah.
I mean, are we going to see that in our lifetime again? Maybe, but more than likely not. Longevity is very difficult in the NFL. And I think that's what people forget. This man is only, knock on wood, got hurt one time, major injury in his whole NFL career. And for him to last and play at the level that he's played at, to me, it's remarkable. I mean, it's not just because I love the guy, but people, instead of hating on him, should actually watch these games. Like, do you realize what you're watching? Like Jordan and Kobe and these guys, like, you know what I mean? Like, these are just figures that they're humans like you and I, but at the same time, if you hand Tom Brady the ball and the score is tied with 2 minutes to go, you might as well walk home. The game is over.
He's gonna
The
take it to the house.
game is over. He's not going to just try to get a field goal. He's going to go for a touchdown on top of it, right?
Just think about it like this. Most of the players that are on the field tonight for Alabama and Georgia weren't alive when Tom Brady started doing his thing with the Patriots.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
hey, Dakota, I want to say what's up to Dakota right quick. I know Dakota's in the house and he is here. I appreciate you being here. Go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say, the respect the players on the field have for him too is remarkable. They want to beat him, right? But you see that guy, he got a ball signed after he picked Brady. I mean, if that's not the ultimate, like, you know what I mean? Like respect, I don't know what is, right? You're having the greatest sign the ball. I mean, it wasn't even to show him up. It was just, hey man, can you, I picked the greatest, period.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So I'm just blessed that I got to see him one time live in person to play. I'm blessed.
But if you break down Brady's career, he's played 20 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you chop that up and you look at, just take the first 7 years of his career and then another 7 and another 7. Mm-hmm. Within those 3 7s, you got 3 Hall of Fame careers once you break them down.
Yeah, absolutely.
True.
Guys wish for just the first 7 or any of those 7s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Dude.
All right, so we got a Gary Payton vote for top 5 as a point guard.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love. Yep. All right.
Yeah.
His son is representing what Golden State.
Yep.
Yeah,
Handling business.
He got more boy than his father too, though.
Yeah. Shooting at 3 as well.
Uh-huh. He's going to get a nice contract when it comes time.
Oh yeah.
He can't still have a chip on his shoulder. He was over 20 years and 7 Super Bowl rings ago. I think he's okay in his draft position now. DJ Lazy Jeff, I'm just going to tell you this. I was in elementary school. I'm going to go way down on the level, right? There was someone in elementary school that walked up to me and told me that they were smarter than me and were going to outwork me, right? I'm in my 40s. Every time I see this person right now, I remind them that they said that.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people out here, but they don't forget. I don't think Tom Brady on his level and what he has accomplished has forgot that some of the quarterbacks that got picked before him are now coaching or even out of football, and he's still playing. So that's still in the back. I think that's still in the back of his mind.
Oh, yeah. It is. It is. And with me, I played semi-pro. I had a chip, and Faith can tell you, FD can tell you, I had a chip on my shoulder. I was gonna let you know that every time I see you, this is what I'm gonna give you. Yeah.
I mean, he could have retired last year, right? If it was just right, he could have retired because he did what everybody thought that he couldn't do is play and win without Belichick, right? Yeah. That chip still exists. That's that fire. If you're taking yourself away from the family for half the year, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's not doing it for the money anymore. That's for sure.
No.
Doing Subway commercials. Not even eating bread.
Right?
Not even eating bread.
Getting into talking about the bread, the commercial goes off. we got Magic Johnson. Hold on here. Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Stockton, Nash, and Curry.
How the hell did I forget Magic? That's horrible. Yeah. I don't know about that order though. Magic, Isaiah.
Hold on. We're talking about Darren Williams?
What?
Are we talking about Darren Williams? Darren Williams.
Deron Williams, who's fighting in boxing now?
Yeah, who fought Frank Gore? Is that what we're talking about? Okay. I respect it.
Syracuse, was he Syracuse?
University of Illinois.
Illinois, that's right. I knew it was
Oh, yeah.
orange.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Illinois. He was a good player when he played.
he's
He
a
was
good player.
injured towards the back end a little bit,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Mhm.
I agree, DJ.
TB12, his cars rule the hobby. Okay. Good knowledge there, Anthony. Yep, Illinois. Magic Johnson. Yeah. I mean, he shouldn't be forgotten, but I mean, I can see it. It's I didn't mention Magic. It's I was happy that someone said Oscar Robertson. Most people don't even think he was a point guard.
Yeah, Big O,
Oscar.
triple double, Mr. Triple Double.
Hold up, Anthony. Just let me know who you're talking about. Oh, he's talking about Darren Williams. Okay, yeah, not even top 20 all the time. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Ball with the Mavs. Dirk. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Magic Johnson was better than LeBron. Okay.
All right.
I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. Somebody that can handle pressure, that wasn't afraid of the moment. That was a 6'8", 6'9" point guard. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can
You think
definitely see
LeBron wins another one before he ends the career, or that's it?
Nope,
No,
that's it.
If he joins Golden State, maybe, right? But
I don't think they would have. I don't even think they would have him.
no, I agree. Yep.
No. Penny Hardaway and Tim. Okay.
Penny,
Yeah.
all right. Penny.
Yeah.
That's another career cut too short.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Mike Davis says Chris Paul, New Orleans era was a beast. Okay. Mike, I think that's the first time I've seen Chris Paul and beast in the same sentence. But I respect it. I respect it, man. So Flores says that UFC is the next play. So I've heard people talk about UFC and talking about soccer for cars are the next big play and collecting. What do y'all think about that?
World Cup is coming, right? So everybody's loading up on soccer. I see that at the shows. I'm booking more and more people. I could tell you firsthand, I'm booking more and more vendors that are selling soccer, more and more vendors that are diversifying what they have, moving into soccer. I think the UFC is definitely a next play, but I think the problem with the UFC when it comes to cards is you get knocked out. What's gonna, you know what I mean? Like you're dropping some big money on a card and that guy or that girl gets knocked out and they're no longer the champion and they don't move back up that ladder. What do you have at that point? You know what I mean?
I've asked questions to several people because, like what you're saying, also their careers are so short and compact, right?
Yeah.
Watch a boxer. I grew up watching Marvin Smart, Hagler, and Sugar Ray Leonard, and Roberto Duran, and Alexis Claire. I could just keep going. Wilfred Benitez. You could watch these guys for years and watch them box. When UFC, it's much shorter. Now I've heard people tell me that if you're a GOAT in the sport, then your career lives on. But it's to me, it's just something about. And I think that's why people talk about LeBron a lot, right? I'm probably going to see LeBron this week in a game. I'm not going to see Mike Jordan. So a lot of people talk about LeBron being the GOAT. So when you see something, it just means a lot to people. That's the question I have about those cards. I could be completely wrong, but I think it's just something about seeing somebody over time and their body of work and what they do.
This is the thing I can say about modern times now, right? We talk about all of these people are the GOAT because we're seeing them on television, right? More social media, or we have access.
Yep.
Could you imagine what it would be like if Run DMC, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, people of that nature, if they had social media, what would we be talking about right now?
Epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, exposure is everything now, right? The more
Yes.
you're out there, the more you're the greatest. Everybody's the greatest now. Greatest
I
this,
always
greatest that.
say, what if Walter Payton and Jerry Rice was in fantasy football?
Ooh.
Gail Sayers, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That would be
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I
All
mean,
right,
did
this
they
is
have
this.
fantasy? Did they have fantasy when Marcus Allen was playing?
No.
No,
No.
right? I mean, there's another. I mean,
Yeah.
great running back.
Oh
All right,
yeah.
this is the philosophy here. Flores says that's why you sell before the fight and move to the next fighter. Also, the UFC fighters that have a huge media presence are easy buys like Connor. I've heard those two names, Connor and
Mm-hmm.
Israel. I've heard those two names.
Yeah.
Talk about that's the GOAT talk.
I would agree. I would agree. They're definitely an easier flip, but I mean, when you got one guy, I mean, some of these guys, like, I don't know if you guys follow UFC, but I do. And you got Kamaru Usman, who hasn't lost a fight in I don't know how long. He has the longest active streak in the UFC, I believe, right now, or tied for the longest active streak without losing a fight. Those are guys that you may want to look at and say, all right, I'll put some money down on that because they may retire in the sport, like Khabib, right? I don't know if you guys watch UFC, but Khabib, he retired at the top. He never lost a fight, But what does that mean even still? I mean, it doesn't mean that people will resonate with one of these guys as the greatest that hasn't lost a fight, but
Yeah.
I don't know that it translates into paying and spending a big money for some of this stuff and it holding its value over long term. I'm not saying that it wouldn't, but it's just hard for me. I'm a big UFC guy. I love UFC, but I just can't go and spend $5,000 on a Kamaru Usman autograph, whatever, versus whoever, you know what I mean? Like a different player or something in some kind of sport. So
Yeah.
soccer is a different story, though. Soccer is worldwide.
Yes.
So,
and there are longer careers there.
yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you had anything that you want to dip your money into that hasn't come up fully yet, I would say soccer is definitely in play.
Yeah.
I would agree on that.
Yeah. And so Dakota said that Walter would have been hella fun, JP, on social
Oh
media.
yeah.
I agree.
Oh yeah. Walter
So
Payton.
Sydney says Logan Paul rookie card coming soon. Okay.
I'm sure.
There's
By
gonna
the
be
way,
a lot more beyond that. What's up?
there is a possibility, and I'm just throwing this out there, I'm not putting a plug out for my show, but I am. There's a possibility we may have him at the next show.
Oh.
I'm friends with somebody else, and we're hoping we'll see how it all plays out. By the way, did you guys hear about his brother buying the $3.5 million
yeah.
Pokemon case?
Yeah,
What happened with that?
Well, I think it came out. There was some breaking news the other day that it was fake.
The last I heard, which was a few days ago, they were going to check the how valid it was, but I hadn't heard anything since. So did they come out and say it was fake?
I think I read something. People chime in, let me know if I'm wrong, but I think I read something that said that was not a real set.
So that's bad. Or even a real box. Yeah, that's bad because Baseball Card Exchange, which is like one of the biggest validators of wax and things like that, put their name and stamp all over that. That's going to be very interesting what happens now because there's some big boxes out there that people have bought.
Huge boxes.
And now you got to wonder, what's up with that. First of all, I'm not spending $3.5 million on nothing like that. That's for sure. Okay. I don't care if I had the money or not. That I'm not buying Pokemon for $3.5 million.
I think the thing about that is, right, it makes us all talk about it. It makes people think about it.
Oh, yeah.
People get on social media and be like, man, this guy's crazy, or this guy's a genius, or this young lady, or that, it makes that stuff come out. So
these guys, these two brothers are like the next Kardashians to me, to be honest with you. I mean, really, what do they do? Who are they knocking out? Tyrone Woodley? Like, who cares?
That is such an excellent analogy. I mean that is
really, like they're getting paid for what? Walking around. And that's bad because I'm hoping to get him at the show, right? I'm bad. You better delete this part. Actually, get rid of this part. But honestly, though, you know, I mean, they're rolling around. Who the hell spends $3.5 million on a Pokemon kit? I didn't even realize he had that much money. Like,
Hey.
how did he? Like, how? You know,
You
his
want-
brother's fighting. Like, he was. Didn't he lose like one or two of his fights?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Do
it's
you
just
see this
amazing
guy?
the power of social media, right? This is what we're talking about when you talk about like what would happen if Walter Payton, like these people would be iconic gods in some ways
Oh yeah.
if some of these players were playing. I mean,
Wait.
if you can
JP,
do what
right
these
there with that Muhammad Ali you talking about?
Yeah. Who's that behind me? You see greatness right there? Yeah, that's greatness
yeah,
right there.
imagine him, yeah. I mean, the kind of money that these people make, it's disgusting. That's the word. Like, I mean, some people say that, you know, maybe you're envious. I mean, no. I mean, good for them, right?
Yeah.
I'm not jealous
Oh,
or
yeah.
envious, but the kind of money these people make, I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
We work hard for what we do. We grind for what we do,
Exactly.
and
Exactly. That's
I just
and
don't
you
see the,
and you
you know.
have to look at it. You have to look at it in every genre. Definitely in music. If you look at Nicki Minaj, right?
Mhm.
Nicki Minaj is nothing but a modern day Lil Kim, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Kind of stole everything from Lil Kim and used
Yeah,
social media
blueprint, right? Mhm.
to build your fan base. You know, Lil Kim is the first. Everybody talks about the Beehive, from Beyonce to Nicki Minaj, but the first queen bee ever was Little Kim. Little Kim had the Beehive, the first one. So, you know, it's like, what are we talking about here?
But you know
I
how
would.
things go, right? So when Beyonce came along, it's probably people that didn't even know who Little Kim was.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And that's how things go. Like it's people right now. If you name Barry Sanders, Gail Sayers, and a few other running backs, they're like, "Who are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Very true.
But talking about Little Kim, I would put Missy above her though, personally. Personally. And I mean, because
Oh,
Missy
okay.
Elliott, she kind of cut her career a little short, but I mean, her stuff was fire when it was out. It was just, it was great, you know? And even to this day, when I hear a song come on or whatever, and I know she's kind of doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but Missy she got the respect of a lot of people in the industry. You know what I mean? A lot of people.
But
Um,
but but Lil Kim could definitely hold her own amongst. You got to think she was with Biggs and the Junior Mafia, so a
oh yeah,
female
yeah, you're right.
in
That's
that
true.
magnitude. You know who I can say that could be a match with Little Kim that
Hmm.
people don't give respect to, and that's Mia X when she was with No Limit, and Master P can hold their own.
Oh
Them
yeah,
two people can hold their own when
you're
it
pulling out
comes to
some knowledge right now. Yeah.
yeah.
I used to ball against Master P and his son at the gym all the time.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. What was his
And,
son's name?
oh man, what?
Romeo,
Little
Yeah, Romeo.
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 Yeah. I was on the team. We were beating people left and right. It's fantastic.
So Chris, did
Yep.
P have some game? Did he have game?
He did, but he had a shot, but I think he was kind of when I was playing with them, we used to roll at over there in Warner Center and play at LA Fitness.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'll tell you what, we had it was some exciting games over there. But we would just team after team step on the court. We beat them. We beat them. I was kind of a role play.
You see Sydney come with that mama drama there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
We were playing against oh shit, I'm gonna forget his name. Who's the man? And there's no way you're gonna remember unless I try to remember who it is. But he was a great basketball player. When I say great, we're talking about
Yeah, pick up. Yeah.
pick up, right?
Yeah.
Not Montel Jordan, but from that era. Who's some of those smooth singers?
R&B singers.
Yeah, R&B. Yep. By himself though, solo. I'm gonna remember it. You watch right after the show.
You got
Brian
Genuine.
McKnight. Brian McKnight.
Brian McKnight. There it is. You got it. Boom.
Oh,
Brian
job.
McKnight is a basketball player.
Really?
Brian McKnight is a shooter. He is
Really?
a cold-hearted shooter. He's got an attitude, I'll tell you that. He knows it. But Brian McKnight can shoot.
Wow.
I mean, when I was playing, look, I'm not claiming to be this or that, but I did my job. I was kind of the sore thumb sticking out on the court, but I was the rebounder, the dirty work guy, right? But when I played with Pooh Richardson, some of the Gary Grant from the Clippers, I played with all these guys during the summer, and they would play pickup games all over the place. Tracy Murray, deadly 3-point shooter. Like when we were playing pickup games in the gym, some of these guys that not the NBA guys, but some of these other guys that you wouldn't even think. Chris Brown is an excellent basketball player, right? Adam Sandler, you would never think, pretty decent shooter.
I've seen film on him. Yeah,
he's a pretty decent shooter.
He got some handles too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just amazing. Some of these guys coming out and playing. And I actually played against some of them or played with them, just pickup games. They were super cool. Winning a game like that meant nothing to anybody, really. They were slapping hands and everybody was in love with each other for that game. And it was just those were the days, as they say, of playing. But Master P had a shot. I remember he didn't move all that good, but he was tall and lanky. He had a shot. I think he kind of, at that point in his game, he was kind of giving it to Romeo. Romeo had some handles and he had a shot. He played at USC, right? Didn't he play for a little bit?
He did for a little
bit.
bit.
Yeah.
He did for a little bit. So
let me get this roll call Mike Davis has going on here. Roxanne Shante. Make sure I show this here. Hold on.
Okay.
Roxanne Shante.
Okay.
MC Light.
MC Light.
Yes.
Queen Latifah.
Oh, the Queen.
Okay.
And Moni Love.
Okay.
Monet Love.
Legends. All legends of the
Then
game.
he comes with that Mia X. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All legends of the game. Yeah.
And then Love What You Collect says Left Eye was such a good rapper, underrated.
Yes,
Maybe.
she was.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Love for What You Collect. Yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
what's up?
was.
Good to see you.
Yes.
See you. Brian McKnight played basketball in North County back in the day. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
But I never would have guessed that, man.
Neither did I until I stepped on the court with him.
Jamie Foxx. Oh, excuse me, Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown was cool.
Yeah.
She was cool. No disrespect. Yeah.
Jamie Foxx got a good shot too.
Somebody just said that, I think, in the comments.
He's working with the Lethal Shooter right now. The Lethal Shooter is he coaches a lot of the NBA players and stuff like that. And he's just put some videos out. If you follow him on Instagram, it's called Lethal Shooter.
That little bounce jump shot. He's pretty.
Yep.
Nice. Like he's a little bit off the ground. Shoot.
Yep. And Jamie Foxx has got it down right now. Maybe they edited a lot on that video, but he's got it down based on the video. That 3-point shot. I'll give it to him. Although I like that video you did post, FG, of that one cat with the glasses and the raincoat. That was butter right there. That was smooth.
That guy could shoot. It was a guy on Instagram with a winter coat on with a hoodie who was clowning people on the court.
It looked so nice, that jumper, though, didn't it?
Yeah, pure. This was
pure. Yeah.
Hey, JP, John Patterson said something about Ali cars. If you do look for the 1979 Ali car illustrated picture of Ali with butterflies on his shoes and bees out the mouth.
Okay.
I've seen some real nice vintage Ali cards.
Yes.
Yeah, very nice.
Boxing is gaining some popularity in the card market. I can tell you that. I've seen some interesting deals go down, not just at my show, but other shows. I know that Sasha, that's somebody I don't know if you guys have ever talked about, but Sasha, who some people know in the industry, he just bought a fairly big boxing card. I don't remember who it was, but he did buy that. So boxing is another. When we talk about going back to cards for a second, and they were talking about UFC play, soccer play, I think that what people are looking for now is outside the box plays, right?
Yep.
So tennis, golf.
Exactly.
Golf's a little bit more, but tennis, non-sports, you're seeing a big market for Marvel cards and Star Wars cards.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Luke Skywalker, check this out. A Luke Skywalker, I don't know if it's 78 or 79 tops. which was basically laying around at the card shops in the junk box, right? A PSA 10, I believe, and this is somebody told me this. I'm gonna forget. It's David. His name is David Campos, and he comes to the show. But a PSA 10 just sold on eBay for like, I'm gonna be off with the number, but some disgusting money, 50, 100 grand. Look it up. And it just literally welcomed the Star Wars market to the card industry in general. Yeah. So I think I think people are starting to get excited. It's great for the industry in general, right? Cards as a whole. But these off type of cards that people weren't looking at before or that didn't even really pay attention, they're all jumping on them now. And it's great. It just diversifies the card industry even more. And I'm seeing that in the showcases of a lot of these people. The great curator who's on Instagram, he has a lot of different types of cards. He's got a lot of Marvel cards, a lot of WWF, WWE wrestling cards. We saw a big spike when the Olympics happened, the Summer Olympics, with some of these. What was the girl's name that didn't?
Carly Richardson.
No. The girl that she bowed out of the gymnastics. I forget her name because of the pressure.
Biles.
Yes, her cards went wild before the Olympics. People were buying PSA 10s for So it just goes to show you how the card industry can literally flip a switch, and people are interested in one thing and then they're potentially not interested in it. But there are some things, these non-sport cards or Star Wars and these kinds of things that people are really jumping on right now. So I see it at the shows, at least. I'm sure other people see it too. And the movement and the values are just going crazy. I mean, we're not talking about, it jumped $100. We're talking about thousands.
Yeah, that was a Spider-Man precious metal gem that sold the other day. That was a big card. Very big
50
card.
grand, 100 grand or something, probably.
Yeah. Very big card.
So Stan Lee stuff, the creator of all that, his stuff is, after he's passed away now, crazy money.
I tell this story. One time I was at Frankenson's. This wasn't even that long ago. This was maybe 2 or 3 years before he passed away. I'm walking in and I'm talking to G, who's on the show. And I bump into the table that Stan Lee is right as you walked into the old Frankenson's. He's sitting at the table signing autographs. And I turn around and say, "Oh, excuse me, sir." And it's that same voice that we watched in the cartoons just came out. Oh, don't even worry about it. Just, it's all good.
With the glasses on.
Yeah, he's like, it's my fault for sitting here. So his autograph that day was $75.
Yep.
Wow.
$75.
Yep.
Yeah, John Patterson said, if you want something off the grid, 1977 top Star Wars test proofs, 1-of-1s. I own 3.
There you go.
BGS authenticated. Still, they steal for between $600 to $1,200 each. You consider them they are 1-of-1s.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
People are looking for that oddball, off the wall kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah, that's how it goes because we got November 2021 Luke Skywalker PSA 10 sold for $55K.
There you go.
Center Hill
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Same thing.
I bet you that card would 2 years ago was probably $500.
Without question, I bet.
That's how it goes.
I had a guy come to me at the show, and this is kind of sidetracking a little bit, but we're still talking about cards. I don't deal too much in the whole Magic the Gathering and the player card type games. Even Pokemon is a player card, right, game. But I had a guy come up to me at the show. I don't know why they pointed him to me, but they did. And I don't know if you guys have heard of MetaZoo. It's a new up-and-coming, card game.
Yeah.
This gentleman walked up to me, and we started talking or whatever, and he said, this potentially could be the next Pokemon. Okay, maybe, or Magic, whatever, maybe. He showed me some cards in there that he had in his box, and I don't know what the hell they were, truthfully. I mean, I couldn't even tell you the names of them, right? But he was showing me this stuff, and he was saying, look at some of the comps on this stuff. They're already going for $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, $20,000 because they were promo cards that were given out at shows or wherever, and people just trashed them. They just threw them in the trash because they didn't think they were going to be anything special.
Oh,
And it's just amazing how, to me, again, I'm amazed at how many different types of things are out there that people are collecting that have value, but they're looking for that next big play, you know? And it's just remarkable. You know, we'll be talking about this to now, and then maybe next year we'll be talking about, oh, do you remember when we talked about the first show? We talked, you know what I mean? It's just the spectrum is so crazy how it can just, with this industry in general, it's crazy. And being at shows is where you see a lot of this. I mean, you can see it on eBay, you can see it online, but if you really want to see the flow of something and how quickly something can turn, and you watch these big players that buy these big cards, and all of a sudden they're sitting in the showcase with a Muhammad Ali, or they're sitting with a Tiger Woods patch or whatever it may be, right? And then it instantly draws interest, and then everybody else wants to be a part of it, right?
Yes.
So it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
DJ Lazy Jeff said, I'd rather buy 3,500 cards worth $1,000 each than spend $3.5 million on one card. Now, this is a philosophy that I've talked to some people about in person, is that, you know, we see these big splashes with cards, but if you bundle up a collection, if you get a nice collection together and you bundle that thing up, it's worth the same amount as the large card. But more people are talking about the large card.
Oh, yeah.
Potentially even more than the large card, because you have more of an opportunity for it to go up, any of those cards that you've got in your collection.
That's right.
You know?
You've already diversified yourself, because those 3,500 cards, you probably got multiple players, this, that, and the other. I saw an interesting comment here. This is before we go, Flores. I think the next show I'm going to be at, I may be at the, I think the Pachanga people are doing something, but I'm definitely going to be at Chris's show coming up.
Yeah, Friday they have a show. I'll be there. And then Saturday is the Newport show.
Yep. So those are the shows that's rolling. If I see you out, say what's up. I definitely remember you. I remember the conversation we talked about with the Tatis and Machado. Definitely remember that. I'll admire your collection as well. Let's see.
Hey, I want to say something, guys. Somebody asked me this question really quickly. They asked me this question: where'd you get your name from? They said to me, Cardstock Trading Show. Like, where did you? Because you know you hear this, and I said, we talk about diversifying. We talk about investments. We talk about a good play. We talk about how the value. There it is. Stocks, cards. I mean, that's kind of what we did, right? And because I always saw cards as not just something that you enjoy and you buy because you like. I also saw it as an investment, and that's where we came up with the name. I should say that's where I came up with the name, I guess.
Awesome.
So, just made sense, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Little tidbit.
Yeah. Let me drop this question here.
Drop it off. What you got?
So, my man T.O. wants to come back to the NFL.
Speak on it.
Now, me, if I'm a smart man, right, and I lose AB, the first person I'm calling up is T.O. I'm letting everybody know to get your popcorn ready. So Tom Brady, if you out there, if you're checking out the show here and What's the Play, we are letting you know on What's the Play. Go out and get your man T.O. so he can stretch the field. And we all can host that trophy and celebrate.
Can they sign him right now? Is that possible even? That's a question I have.
When you lose players or players get hurt, you still have an opportunity.
Like an exemption?
Yeah,
okay.
to kind of fill your roster a little
bit. What about Dez Bryant? Are they calling him up too, maybe? Dez?
His name came up on the list of potential candidates. I don't know who Tampa Bay is reaching out to, but his name definitely came up.
T.O. would definitely bring some excitement. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah.
He's probably in great shape. I'll tell you that too.
Oh man.
There's some
Always.
Videos?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen him. No.
Ooh, you better go check him out, baby.
Really?
He's running some routes here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
The question
That'd
that
be
some
cool.
people have had, if T.O., who is now, how old is he, JP?
T.O.'s got to be
Early 40s?
Yeah, something like that.
If he took a hit or multiple hits in the game, how would that go?
He'll be fine. It's just like anything else, man. It's just
throw it up to him in the end zone. Just needs to catch the ball.
That's it.
That's it.
And we know that's one thing he can do is catch the ball. Okay, 48.
I think he got a raw deal, that guy. He really did.
Oh, yeah.
He got a raw deal. You know, he I don't even know why he's not even playing. Is it because of just his attitude, the problem they thought, or what was the deal with him?
Look at love what you chat. Hey, love what you collect. Sorry. Hey.
Yeah, T.O. I think it was he was with Donovan McNabb, and there was some talk about him and Donovan splitting the locker room, and then T.O. got labeled as a cancer on the team, and then stuff just started spiraling out.
Yeah.
I see.
It'd be interesting if they would take a guy with a gold jacket.
Man.
It'd be interesting.
With him and Tom Brady? Come on, man. What?
Something tells me that Tampa Bay is going to roll into the playoffs, though, with who they have.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then they're going to disperse that ball with O.J. Howard and other people on that team.
That Perriman pickup was a big pickup, too, for them if he's okay. Because he's been pretty solid when he's playing. He can run. He can stretch the field. Definitely.
I would ask this question. Name me 3 to 4 Hall of Famers that Tom Brady has played with.
Offense or defensive side? Because some of these guys may not be in there yet. I mean, I think some of these,
Like, I don't know if Branch is a Hall of Famer. I'm trying to think about some players.
Well, Gronkowski's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
that's why I say, are we? What's his face? The kicker, going to be a Hall of Famer.
Vinatieri.
Yep. Vinatieri.
No.
Even Stuff Scott. What was his name? Gostkowski. Going to be a Hall of Famer. Yep.
But what I'm saying is, name me 3 or 4 Hall of Famers right now, or over his career that he has played with that's already Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there hasn't been many.
Randy Moss?
Yeah, Moss is one.
That's one.
Yeah,
is Corey Dillon in there?
He should be. He'll be a Hall of Famer.
Nope.
He's not in there?
Nope.
He will be. It's not in that. Yeah. He will.
Wes Welker will be. Julian Edelman will be, right?
Yeah. This is what I'm trying to generate out there. All of these guys should be in the Hall of Fame. And let's not forget about Richard Seymour.
Oh yeah, okay. Yep, Richard. Big Richard. Yep.
We have to stop hating on players that should already be in the Hall, man. You take a lot of people and you just drop them in, and Brady actually turns these guys into Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Wes Welker out of nothing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. On the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
Yes, indeed. Without question.
You know what I mean?
Without question.
Patrick Chung is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Right?
Yeah. Hightower. Yeah.
Yeah, Hightower, the twins. I don't know, both get in, but the
McCourty twins. Yeah.
McCourty twins, yeah.
They should.
Right?
It should be like the Raiders. When this is all said and done, there should be many Patriot players that are in all the time. It may take time, but they should be in.
LeGarrette
But it just goes to show you how he elevates the play for everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. So Sean McCoy, who barely played with Brady, right? He's on the show with Chad Ochocinco and several others, talking about how Brady makes everybody better on the team. He makes offensive players want to play harder, and he makes defensive players do things that they normally don't do.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that most of that didn't rub off on Shady McCoy.
Right. Right. Jamie Collins played for the Patriots 3 times.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
3
Yes, he did.
times.
Yeah.
The last time wasn't with Brady, but still, I mean, he came back to him twice over.
Yep.
Got dropped a couple times.
Brewski. Yep.
Mike
Yeah.
Vrabel,
There's some players out there.
Oh yeah.
Who's the coach?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Vrabel. Yeah, there's some players out there. That family tree is solid. Or where they came.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And then we'll lead it to this. Did you see what Antonio Brown said in his video about Brady and those guys though? Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was wrong, man. That was just wrong. That was wrong.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of whatever went down, and I don't think we all know what really went down because it's all this way or the other way, whatever it is. Why are you going to bring in Brady? He literally said, "Oh, I didn't see Brady out there." Bro, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but you can't, like, what you did. I don't think any player would stand up for that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like the way that he did it, I guess, is the best way to say it, right?
Yeah.
And then to pull that on one of your good friends who brought you to Tampa Bay. I mean, honestly, single-handedly, Tom Brady got Antonio Brown to Tampa Bay. You know, I'm not saying he couldn't have played anywhere else in the NFL, but he got him a Super Bowl ring.
The question I wanted to have asked and answered was, are you telling us that Brady's done nothing for you?
Right.
That's the question I wanted someone to ask. That question didn't get asked.
Do you know that he stayed with Brady at his house for the first season?
From the time he showed up in Tampa, I've tracked everything that could be written about this situation or talked about in the interview. Yeah, every step of the way.
Yeah. He stayed with him up in New England too, I think.
He got one of the guys on the panel to say it was because of me that we won the Super Bowl. And I was like, okay. Like, I'm the best player on Tampa Bay, he said.
Yep.
All right. That's what you want to believe.
And then after that, Brady went out and threw the ball to several different people for over 400 and something yards.
Yeah, right.
And scored 41 points as a team on offense.
Right.
So
missing 2 of their key players.
And then tonight on Instagram, Brady released a video talking about his new clothing line.
Oh,
it said he's getting ready for week 1 of the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Is it TB12? The TB12 clothing line?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's talking about his knit shirts. He's putting it with a pair of plans. He's modeling it. He shows himself walking around on game day with the items on.
Wow,
Brady's
he's really
doing
going for it, huh?
He got in the game on Sunday and made sure he was the quarterback that threw Gronk the ball
to get a $500,000.
Yeah, get $500,000 bonus. So then he stepped out of the game as soon as Gronk caught the ball.
Yeah. So. No, he's not for anybody, right? He's not. He's all about himself. Yeah.
Well, what I like about certain people is that, like, Tom Brady's not coming out back in an interview saying anything about anything or anyone. He's gonna go between those white chalk lines.
Yep.
And he's in between those hash marks. Then he's gonna do all his talking.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why
that's how it should be, right? That's how it's been his whole career, I think. For a lot, but you know, not just him. A lot of the greats, they stay out of that stuff. They stay out of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
and
that's what makes them so great too.
But
you know,
but I can say that. Let me just say this about AB. You know, I have nothing but mad respect for the guy. Love his game and what he does. So I'm not here to you know, pass any judgment on him. I just wish him nothing but the best in the future and what he's got going forward. Because the guy still can play, man. He's still a baller.
Yeah, he is.
And one day, AB is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
They've already said that. Like every talk show I've heard that's talked about anything has talked about that. Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
The questions that come up are how long will he wait to be a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
If T.O. was waiting, Chris Carter. No, I'm not saying he's Chris Carter. But if those people were waiting, then he'll wait, but he'll get in. It'd be interesting to listen to his Hall of Fame speech. you'll probably still see Tom Brady sitting in the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you
That's
will.
how he rolls. That's
Yeah.
100%.
and people that don't notice that, please notice this stuff. This is how he gets down. So
Oh, yeah.
He's bigger than that. That's all it is.
that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the end of the day, and that's the right way to live.
Yes, sir.
We all can
You know?
take a little bit. We all can take a little bit from that. You know, it's this Sydney says, I got AB, much love. AB is the best receiver, hands down. What I liked about this game is that his hands and his hips and his feet, very rarely do you see a receiver that can do what he does and twist his body and tiptoe the sideline after running full speed, stop on a dime and catch the ball.
Yep.
Hand-eye coordination, that kind of stuff is rare. So he'll find a job, and but he was on pace at one point to shatter records and have all kind of yards and a whole bunch of touchdowns. But he's still Hall of Fame. His numbers are up there.
Definitely. You think he'll find a job next season?
Yeah, I think so. If somebody wants a person who can catch 100 yards and maybe 10 touchdowns, 100 yards a game and 10 touchdowns in a season, yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think he'll have a problem. Not at all.
I think he likes the cameras though, huh? He likes to be in the cameras.
Oh yeah.
You know.
But that's been bigger than AB though. There are a lot of people that once they get a camera focused on them, or someone really starts talking about what they're doing, that could affect you in many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? What you're doing on many different levels. You could be a top-notch athlete. You could be on social media only. It could be many things that that will start to. This said, the person said, Donovan said, AB needs to go to the Ravens. Okay, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting that the Ravens kind of just went down with injuries, even from preseason.
Yeah.
It was one after the other, after the other, after the other.
Yeah.
That would have been a very interesting team in the playoffs if they didn't lose a lot of the players they lost this season.
Yeah.
Because their defense was pretty solid too. So until the injuries.
Yeah.
Some interesting points here. Sidney says AB is misunderstood. Mike says, or Tom Brady is.
Yeah. Respect your opinion.
All right.
Respect that. Respect that.
Reports are that coaching staff told him he wasn't going on the field to leave the sideline, so he left the sideline. Public overreaction, but he technically only did what he was told.
Did what he was what?
He only did what he was told. He was actually
told.
getting off the field. Like,
I think he said did what he was owed. Money.
Yeah.
Talking about. AB would lose his mind if Lamar Jackson trying to throw the ball to him.
I mean, he can go to Kansas City. That could be interesting, right? Going to Kansas City. Josh Gordon experiment didn't work. I didn't even know he's in the game half the time.
I didn't think it would work.
I know, but you would think that he'd get more than one pass, in a game to him. He's a big, tall, strong receiver. They did go out there and get him.
What week did he join Kansas City, though?
I want to say a little bit past the midway point, I think. And then it took him a couple games to ramp up to be able to be gameplay, but he's non-existent in these games.
Well, just like when Chad Ochocinco went to, Chad even said this when he went to the New England Patriots, he couldn't learn the playbook.
Right. But that's a difficult playbook to maybe learn. Andy Reid is like we talked about, he's playing the playbooks from a couple years ago.
Oh,
He hasn't changed it. Yeah. So,
true.
I don't know. Maybe they're just not. I mean, they're throwing the ball to everybody but Gordon, it looks like.
Yeah.
Hardman and Kelsey gets his, and Pringle and the damn third string running back gets more passes thrown to him than Gordon. I just wonder why they sign guys like that and then they just don't utilize them.
It must be a signing to see if someone gets hurt. Like, I can't understand why Rajon Rondo got signed by the Lakers this year, never plays, goes to Cleveland. The other night, he's playing against Klay and playing most of the game. Like, why does that happen? Did someone tell Rondo that we're going to trade you? We're looking for the right offer, so we're not going to play you in case so that you don't get hurt. You
yeah.
hit the bench, and then we'll get rid of you. I don't know. I guess they're just trying to give themselves some options.
Yeah.
In case someone goes down. Like right now, you have the Cheetah who went down. Maybe Gordon will get a few more balls thrown to him because of that.
Yeah. Or maybe they'll sign T.O. You never know. Who knows?
Could be.
You never know.
I think that'll be breaking news, though, if we saw that T.O. was signed. It'd be interesting to see what he does in the game. I know he would be hyped and running routes and going for the ball. So.
Oh, yeah.
But I've always wondered, like, why don't players retire and then come back later and play for another team? Maybe the NFL is just so hard that once you walk away, it's very difficult to do that. Maybe that's why they 5 years to the Hall of Fame, too, to make sure people don't come back.
A lot of these players, you don't even hear if they retire or not. They just go away, right? I mean, how often do you hear of players? And I can't say that he's not like a big time player because T.O. was like a house in the whole name for many years. Okay, playing on San Francisco and everything. But I mean, some of these guys, I go back and I'm like, wait a minute, that guy retired, or that guy's not playing anymore? Like it just they kind of just fade off into the sunset kind of thing, right? And then all of a sudden they come back again. Like I don't know if you knew this. Talking about Indianapolis, they literally called Phillip Rivers when Carson Wentz had COVID to try to come back and play for them. So it does go to show you that just because you are retired doesn't mean that you are retired, right? Yeah. Look at Jay Cutler. Look at what was the tight end for the Dallas Cowboys? He was a commentator, and they pulled him out of there to go play for the Raiders. Witten. Yeah, Witten.
Drew Brees.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean these guys retire and then they come back because they have that fire and that passion inside. I don't think it's about the money. I think it's about the passion, or they got the one last shot to win a Super Bowl or NBA ring or whatever it may be.
Oh yeah.
But it definitely seems to happen a lot more that I've seen, in my opinion, in football than it does in, let's say, baseball or basketball.
Right.
You don't see basketball teams like, going like, hey, yeah, Carl, get up. We'll sign you today,
Well, Indiana Pacers just signed Lance Stevenson back.
Yeah. And again, but what happened to him? I'll tell you a funny story. I saw Lance Stevenson. I got on the plane with him one time. I don't even know where we were going, but we were going somewhere. And he was hilarious, man. I was sitting 2 rows away from him. He had his headphones on. He had his buddy with him. And, man, I don't even know why he was on a charter plane, like a regular plane, to be honest with you. He must have been Oh, I know what it was. I did ask him. I take that back. I asked him, what are you doing here on the plane when he got off? And I think we were in Chicago. And I believe he just got traded or something happened, and he was chartering that plane to go to a game. He was super cool, though. Super cool.
I can see him being that way.
Yeah, he was super cool. Super cool. Decked out in the most expensive shit you can imagine, but I mean, just super chill and dancing and listening to music and everything. He was cool. But again, I don't know what happened to him. Why did he step away from the league? Did they see something?
He went away and played overseas, and then he just.
Oh, is that what he did?
Still playing.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. That happens a lot in baseball. I notice guys' careers aren't doing too good, and then they kind of go away to overseas or whatever and play. Basketball, it happens too, but there's no overseas in football that I know of.
Yeah.
Right.
Joe Johnson.
And T.O. said on his podcast not that long ago, I think a week or so ago, that he was called up by an owner of a team or a top executive at a team early in the season, and that person told him to stay in shape because he may get a call later. So it does happen.
Yeah.
Des Bryant was told that too.
Yeah, he came back and played with the Ravens for a little bit, and then
he went to New Orleans, and then he went to the Ravens, right?
Yeah, that was in that. Yeah, we still roll Hero 3. We are still rolling.
We're doing a 24-hour one right now.
Doesn't stop, can't stop, won't stop. Yeah. Yeah. So JP, Chris, anything else that you wanna dive into, talk about?
I think I'm good, guys. But I mean, unless you want to roll and keep rolling, I'll stay on. But I appreciated the time that you guys gave me to be on here, and especially being your first guest. I
Yeah.
feel
Oh yeah,
honored.
you first. Oh
I
yeah.
feel honored.
So at this
Honored.
time, those who may have joined later than we first talked about this, take them through your show, when it is, and all the attributes that are coming into this show that are going to be very exciting.
Okay. So once again, my name is Chris. I own and operate Cardstock Trading Show. It's I would say it's one of the largest, if not the largest, show in Southern California. And we have our new show here running in our new location, our grand opening, located in Van Nuys, Sherman Oaks area. It's running Saturday the 29th and Sunday the 30th. If you guys are asking, we do have tables available for both days. Not too many left on Saturday, but some on Sunday. And right now, it looks like right around 300 vendors for each day, more or less. And admission's $3. We're gonna have Rikishi. I always forget his name and say it wrong, so I apologize if he sees this video. But Rikishi from the WWF, he's a Hall of Famer. If you guys used to watch the Hulk Hogan, The Rock day, or not Hulk Hogan, that's way too far back. The Rock, those when they were wrestling, Dwayne Johnson. He was in that era, as well as potentially Hulk Hogan. No, for sure Hulk Hogan, because Hulk Hogan's been around for a long time too. So, but yeah, he'll be there signing, taking pictures, signing autographs on Saturday and Sunday. And then we've got our live raffles, and we've got our food people there, and all the other wonderful things that you can imagine from a show. But we would love to have you guys. It's a family style type of show. But besides cards, we have sneakers, apparel, all that kind of stuff as well that vendors are setting up with. So we're making a one-stop shop for everybody, and we hope you guys come out Saturday, the 29th and 30th.
Thank you very much. I think it's going to be an exciting time. It's going to be great to see. The atmosphere
Absolutely.
is going to be strong, so I appreciate it.
And if you roll through, I'll say this, I'll leave you with this. If you roll through and you mention that you watched FD with me on there, I'll give you free admission to come in.
Oh,
okay.
Nice.
Did you hear that? Yeah.
I may be losing some money here, but watch Rolling with FD. And if you watched it to the very end, right? Just like a Marvel movie or Star Wars, you watch it, the credits are over. You watch it to the end, free admission. And I'll honor that.
Thank you very much. I think it's going to be a great show. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's going to be very nice.
Just what we needed in the hobby to start the year off.
That's right. 2020 is here. It's time to go. Dextro says, FT don't know if you guys like WWE, but I just want to quad transcendent right now. Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, Bailey. This sounds like a great card.
Wow.
Very nice card.
Transcendent 101, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a nice card. I have Hero 3. I have 2 03 LeBron Topps rookie cards. Should I move them for Curry's and KD? Second year Curry's and KD upper deck rookie card and Topps Black KD. These questions, it's hard to answer that question. It all depends on, do you like LeBron? Would you rather have Curry and KD? Do you see more investment potential for Curry and KD long term than you see LeBron? All those players are great players and great people to invest in. Mm-hmm. That's a hard question to answer, but what you have named, I think you're doing well, no matter what.
Yeah. I think you're going to pay up for Curry right now. So LeBron may be a good buy because his stuff is kind of dipped a little bit, right? Yep. And if you're looking long term, LeBron's LeBron, regardless, right?
Yeah. Dexpo came back and said not 101, but it's high end. Sounds like a great card, man.
Yeah, beautiful.
Mike Davis said he'll be at the show, Chris.
Oh, okay. There you go.
There you go, Mike.
Right. There it is, free admission.
All right.
Both days. Both days.
Both days. Oh, he's doubling
Both
down.
days. I'm doubling down now.
Oh, look out.
I hope people at the 2-hour and 19-minute mark and paying attention, wiping the coal out your eye. Make sure you understand what's going on. Get your ear right. Make sure you hear this.
Calming down from that Alabama-Georgia game that you just lost a ton of money on, right?
Yeah, you just lost a ton of money on because you thought Alabama was about to roll and go for number 8. And then,
Right.
that pick 6 ended it all. I mean, Alabama was kind of moving in the game, but that pick 6. All I can say is this: Georgia's quarterback will remember this for the rest of his life.
Oh, yes, he will.
And this is why they play the game.
Mm-hmm.
This is why they play.
Yep.
It's interesting. It'd be interesting to see the domino effect. I always think about after a loss, like, what does Alabama's quarterback do now? You know, is he going pro next year, or is he going? I mean, I think he probably is still going to go and make dollars, but this was a way for him to leave Alabama. Yeah. But JP, anything that you have before you go?
Nope. Have nothing, my friend.
All right, Chris, anything else you want to say before we get out?
I'm good. I think we plugged the show enough, and I just appreciate you guys having me on the show. Anytime you want me on the show, I'm more than happy to be on.
All right. We love to have you
back.
As
long as my wife allows me to, and I appreciate it, guys. I had a great time.
JP, time. Before we get out of here, Dexflo says, anyone ever tell JP he sounds like Bucky Brooks from Fox Sports? Now, who is Bucky Brooks?
Bucky Brooks?
Oh, okay.
Because you got the raspy throat, huh? The raspy voice?
Yeah, probably. Okay.
I put a name to a.
I don't know who Bucky Brooks is.
Okay, Dexflo.
Okay. I see him here now.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Bucky Brooks there, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get my Bucky Brooks.
There you go.
There you go.
Boom.
Let me get a little bit of value over there. All right. Sit down, Dexflo. Hey, good night, y'all. It's been a pleasure having Chris on to talk about the show, but not only just to talk about the show, but also talk about cars, get his opinions on what's happening in the hobby, talk through sports. We had Alabama and Georgia on tonight that we were also talking through. It's great to get his perspective as well on a lot of things, including the Car Stock Trader Show. I think it's going to be a great event. I hope a lot of people come out. If you watch this show, please come out. If you didn't watch this show, please come out. Tell somebody if they're not on here about the show. Have them come out. There are also going to be other shows that are going to be coming up that all the community want people to get out and support as well. But I think this is definitely going to be a great show.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. Thank you for everybody that's been in this chat, talking to us, communicating, giving us your ideas. If I missed some of your questions because of the dialogue that we had, please come back, throw them back in the chat, and then we'll get to your comments and bring them in. I try to bring as many in as I could tonight in the flow of what we were talking about. But thank you all. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
God bless and have a good night.
Have a great night. Yeah.
All right.
We're rolling.
How's it going, guys?
We're rolling out.